Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets. Onto my feet, another cup of coffee and me. That's what I need, my eyes puffy, I can't see. I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Ay, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's sated. I feel hated, I feel hatred, I'm lost deep in my mind that I created. I have dreams where my life is devastated, feel so real that I wake up shaking. Need thicker skin cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they got a lie. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. I just thought it would be great to do a live, just to end the year with a live and start new and see a lot of different people. I do want to say hi, Renee, Otter Mom, Pam, It Girl. Hey, Sally, Jim, May. Thank you for showing up. Deidre, Jim, Brenda, MPA. Hey, girl. Hope all is well. Hey, Martin. Hope you're having a good one. T in the house. Hey, Bonnie, Deidre, Beverly. Think I got everybody. I hope everyone having a great day so far. It's been very cold here to say the least. No more beard. Oh, Jim shaved. Hey. Um I just thought it would be nice to do a live and see some of the old names pop up and just have a chit chat. Not necessarily going through any videos or anything like that, but I know a lot of people at this time of the year, they could be home alone or, they have no plans. So I thought, why not? It's a good time as any to do it. Hey, you, Dean, honey. Oh, Callie. It's really cold here. It's been snowing. I guess we have another one that's going to be coming through again. I think tomorrow's high is going to be 17 degrees. You missed I'm actually down to her house right now. I'm doing the live from her house. So, oh. So Jim, you shaved your whole beard off completely? Wow, must make it a big difference. He is still healing. I'm sure he has a lot of healing to go. I'm happy you're here, Pam. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy everyone is here. It's been quite some time since I've done a live. I bet he does look good. Um, so I'm going to try to keep up with the chat too. So if you have any questions or anything that you would like to discuss, we can go ahead and just chit chat. Very quiet day. Too cold, too much sickness going around. There is a lot of sickness going around. There is a lot. My granddaughter got sick the day before her birthday, and then on her birthday, she still wasn't feeling well. However, she's back to being her little sassy self. He still needs a haircut ASAP. Yes, indeed. Yeah, there comes a point in time where, people do tend to cut their hair off. Look at me, Jim. Come on, I'm a female. I shaved my hair, remember? Feel you feel odd? It feels odd without the beard, probably, right? So everyone have a great Christmas and spend it with family or friends. And um, I know our girl Jan, she'll be with her grandson tonight, so she probably won't be showing up. But my thoughts are with Jan. She's such a good girl, sweet woman. So and Linda, my girl's always here. So, is there anything that you guys would like to talk about? Jim, good for you. You look so much better without the beard. I could definitely agree. You're going to do a live tomorrow? All right. Sally and Jim. Oh, your daughter has COVID. I'm so sorry. Wow. They say, what is it, a third one that's going around now? Some other type of COVID. Um, they say influenza A is going around terrible. I know when the girls were in school, they were getting sick quite a bit. And boy, at one point, you just thought there was just going to be runny noses constantly, congestion and such. So, does anybody in here do they watch what's her name? Amberlyn Reed? I guess she is going to have her channel back and be monetized come January. I need to raise it to clean it more. Oh, to shave it up real good. You could always pop on, Jim, if you'd like. If you want to talk a little bit, just let me know. I could send the link to Sally, and I'm sure she could send it to you. That's up to you, though. No pressure at all. I know, guys. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Hey, Grossy. Um, Happy New Year to you as well. Or G Rose, maybe that's how you say it. Tasha Dan posted pictures of the kids. They are beautiful. Thank you. They're absolutely beautiful. Hey, Brenda. Glad to see you in here. What else was he going to talk about? Oh, I'm pretty behind on Glenda Sully. I almost called her Sully Glenda. Sorry, that wouldn't have been too nice. Do you guys have any plans? I mean, were you just going to kind of stay in and not do anything? And you know what I mean? Thought maybe this would be interesting, or keeping company with each other and just chit chatting. Last week, New York had the largest number of flu cases in history. I can believe that. I can believe it. Jim says he's changing. I'm changing my looks. I'm going to work with a travel agency. Got to make sure you learn all those states, those like Washington, WA, Texas, TX, New York. Of course, everyone knows New York. It's the easiest. Um, you have to learn all the little abbreviations for the states and such to put into the system. I started doing travel and tourism back in the day, way, way back in the day. And then I went with medical transcription. Not doing anything, still missing my better half. I'm sure, honey, you'll miss him for the rest of your life. There's always something. There's going to be a memory that will spark it. He lives on within your heart and your mind. So just keep him alive and keep all those good memories of what you did together. Just, be blessed that you did have him for that time in your life, I've been a traveler all my life. Thank you. They are much more pleasant in photos. They sure are growing up fast. Yeah. Yeah, there's some sassiness there, testing the waters. They do that a little bit. This this afternoon when I was seeing the grands, Trey grabbed my phone and he must have took like, I don't know, he must have just held the button and took like over 100 photos. And one of them was really cute. Yes, the airport codes, definitely. And that's something you can learn right online nowadays, which is great. Um, and Trey, I got him he just looks so cute it's like from his top lip up, and he's just so handsome. And sometimes I'm like, I just might think that because they're my grandchildren, but I do get many people telling me how good looking the kids are. But Sally, definitely the airport codes very important because it just makes it easier to direct, and know where each one is, because New York has a few different airports, and so. Now, Jim, did you say if you wanted to pop on, or you just gonna wait till tomorrow, or just let me know? And does anyone in the chat have any questions? Want to know anything? We could definitely sit and chit chat. Believe it or not, my little Trey is the sweetest of them all. His heart is so huge. He is. He's a lover, you know. And if he jumps on you and you go ow, he says, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Then he kisses you, and he makes that cute little sound when he kisses. He goes, "Mwah, mwah." They'll train you, and I get to work from home using their program and get clients to get them set up all for travel needs. That's good, Jim. And it's easier working from home sometimes. I hope Jim does he said he is going to do a live tomorrow, so that is great. It just popped up on my screen. Snow expected to start at 11 p.m. We have quite a bit of snow. We have like almost 2 feet right now. And I noticed Jim said that he wouldn't go out and drive in that. I had to. I had to get the neighbor's cat, some treats, and I don't fear driving in it, and it's a small town. Sure, you'll pop on. Okay, let me go ahead and send this to your mom. And give me 1 second. Hold on one moment. I'm going to go do something. And you guys know me. I have the start of dementia. So you never know how I do this. All right. And I'm going to miss some of your comments, so I do apologize. Okay. Actually, I'm dying to see you without a beard as well. It's been some time. I didn't think you would cut that for a long time. We always look better. I think I'm one that think men look very nice, well groomed and such. But that's just how I've always been. Um, sorry guys, I'm still typing it. P. And it's quite a long code. Those who have done StreamYard before can definitely tell you when you type it out, it's quite a long code. Hopefully I did that right. Let me try again. I don't see a link popping up with that. One moment. Sometimes I wish, let's see, good to see. His recovery's going well. I'm not sure if that's going to work. I seen someone thumbs it up. 8P. I think I see what I did wrong. So does anyone watch any different type of YouTubers that they love or that they think is really good idea to watch that's very entertaining? I don't know. Lately, a bunch of train wrecks have been coming up in mine. All right, let's try that. That second one worked, so I apologize that that took a moment. I seen where the error was and I wanted to correct it real quick. Isn't it great to hear, Brenda, that his recovery is going well? I'm so happy for him. I'm stuck on this show, Black Mirror, on Netflix. I haven't watched that one yet at all. Um, you know what's supposed to be out, and it's on Netflix. It's oh, not Ruby Frankie, other one. Hey, James has popped up already here. Let me bring him up on stage. I can't think of that other woman's name right now. Hey, Jim.
Hey.
Hey, looking good. Doesn't it feel better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what'd you do today? Did you have a great day? Did you go for a walk or?
Well, I we did some running around. I went up to Social Security, tried to get my information changed, and
Mm-hmm.
then went over to Mercy and tried to get my information changed. And far as I can tell right now, neither one of them worked. So I have to wait until Friday to call their 1-800 helpless line.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah. And sometimes the hold, you could be on hold forever.
right.
Yeah, but at least you're doing what you have to do. You know how proud people are of you because you're
I'm
following through with what you're saying.
yeah. I've been seeing that on my notifications on my my last YouTube video.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Brenda saying you look great. Deidre saying, "Wow, you look great." It's a girl. Wow, Jim, you look great.
yeah,
I
thank you.
mean, there's so many subscribers that were so on your side, and you know,
Yeah.
they really were. They really were. Oh, Renee says, "Oh my God, Jim, you look 10 years younger."
That's
Younger.
what my mom was saying when I came out of the shower.
Yeah. Brenda says, Brendan PA says, "You're looking great, Jim."
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
So
you.
there's so many people that supported you, and I'm not going to bring up bad things, but just we seen, and we didn't like sometimes how you were treated or talked to, you know,
Yeah.
and no disrespect. I mean, everybody has their differences, but it's all about being happy inside, and we want you to be happy.
Right. Right.
Hey,
Well,
Lori.
like I said to a lot of people, when I woke up, basically after my operation the next morning, when I woke up, I was still in ICU, but I was having a lot of like vivid dreams of two different paths in front of me, and one of them was basically after a while just ended, which I took as basically death, while the other one was filled with a lot of decisions and a lot of things that I had to change and basically start focusing on myself,
Right.
because of my health and my needs. And even though Jerry was saying that she would change, I've been through that round robin where she would, we would have an argument or whatnot, and she'd ask me what I her to do to change, and I would tell her, and then within a month or so, it was back to the way it was before, and I'm just I'm tired of trying to have serious discussions on things that I feel need to be changed, and she would basically agree to the changes, but then either wouldn't do anything to help me make those changes, or would just go back to the stress and headaches and arguments, and just I couldn't do it no more.
Right. No, and it's
You know.
understandable. Like I said, you really got to take care of yourself and you've got to
Yeah.
be happy. I do want you to tell one of your good supporters, May says, "New year, new you, Jim."
Yep.
And,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly. And
great.
I've already, I mean, I talked to my insurance people, and basically, he gave me information for medical rides to and from doctor's appointments. The only downside is they only do 100 miles
Mm-hmm.
round trip, I think it is. So if I had to go back to St. Louis, I would either have to get somebody to give me a ride, or see if the doctor would do like a
Video?
Zoom meeting,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can the other day I talked to one of the people who's responsible for my heart situation. Unfortunately, he couldn't get video set up, but we had a verbal conversation over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got me set up. He's gonna set me up for 3 days a week to come into my local hospital to their rehabilitation center, and get me like on a treadmill, monitor my
Yeah.
breathing, basically get my stamina back up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Monday, Compass, basically, which is my local. Basically, they're the local therapy group that deals with a lot of psychological issues.
Yeah.
They've got a CCS coming in on Monday to talk to me. So the balls are rolling. They're just a little slow right now. And I mean, my
End of the
body is,
year.
yeah, that, and I'm getting antsy because I mean, I love my mom to death, but she has no entertainment, for me. Um, so it's like I spend most of my time playing games on my phone.
Right.
Um, I need that. Actually, what I need to do is I need to go into her office and work on her computer because it's slower than molasses in January. It probably just needs like a defrag and a
Right.
scan disk to get rid of anything that shouldn't be in there.
Garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were at the other place, what would you do to entertain yourself there different than what you would do at your mom's?
Well, mom doesn't watch a lot of TV. Jerry Ann has to have. She basically sits on the couch and she'll watch TV, play on her tablet, and fool around on her phone all at the same time.
Mm,
And it's like over there, it's like 24-hour noise. Because if it's not the TV, it's some sort of sound maker that basically the reason why she has it on, it's like a relaxing piano or something like that for the dog. And
that's
nine
kind of
times,
ridiculous.
yeah, it is. Because 9 times out of 10, by the time we get it all situated, I can hear the dog snoring. And it's like, the dog doesn't need that music. What are you putting it?
No.
No.
And that
But
could be why the dog is so jumpy too,
yeah. Oh,
because
yeah.
it never gets that peace.
No, I don't. And I'm afraid what that cat's going to end up like. If I can't, take the cat away from her, I definitely do not want that dog, because if that dog jumps on me the wrong way, I will either end up in the hospital or basically in the grave, which I
Right.
don't want.
That's a
You
big
know,
dog. I mean, I know she always said it was a small dog.
that's a
Then it went
medium
to
size.
then it went to
Medium.
that's not even medium, Jim. It's 70 pounds. That's large.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. I guess you would say that because weight wise, but I've seen dogs bigger than her.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's Great
You know.
Danes and such
Oh
like
yeah.
that, but she's a
Even
good
a
size.
mountain. But yeah, she is a good sized dog, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, because I have different ways of training animals than she does, and I don't smack animals around. I basically, I use a deeper, more commanding tone, or I will like roll up a magazine and smack it against my hand in front of her nose.
Mhm.
But I don't like abuse the dog.
Right.
You know, I
Well, she
mean,
over babies the dog, which
exactly,
confuses the
exactly,
dog. Um,
exactly.
Brenda in PA said, "That's great, Jim. Cardiac rehab is going to be very helpful in many ways. Our
Oh yeah,
patients loved it."
yeah. I have.
Oh, I got one more thing. I'm so sorry, James, but
That's all
this
right.
one just stuck out to me. Otter mom, I bet you don't miss those alarms she used to set for you.
I put it this way: the only alarms that I personally use is to wake up in the morning time if I have to, because I'm usually up by 8 or 9 o'clock anyhow automatically. and reminders, just two simple reminders. One of them is basically because it's a new situation, is to take my vitals because the doctor wants me to monitor my vitals.
Right.
So mom had a blood pressure cuff. She got me a pulse ox monitor plus my glucose testing equipment.
Right.
So I have that, and then I have this little I don't know what you want to call this thing, but it's a little machine
Oh.
that
Yep. Where
basically
you
helps.
suck it in. Keep your lungs strong.
Yeah, basically, I basically take a deep breath, blow it out, try to keep it between the arrows, and I do that 5 times, and I haven't had any problem with it. Every time I do it, I keep it in between the two arrows. So I
Good.
know my breathing capacity is good. It's the stamina or the longevity of being able to walk or do whatever that, I have to basically remind myself to breathe. Because
Right.
sometimes I forget because I'm just like in my zone.
Now, on your leg where they took like the veins, the artery out, how do they feel? Like
They feel fine. I mean,
they do. Okay.
the bandages came off and they're still healing. There's some
Hmm.
scabbing, and then the sutures they did on my breastbone from where they had to cut it open to crack open my ribs to get to my heart. The
Yes.
the little they're like little band-aids.
Okay.
They're slowly coming off on their own.
Oh, so you didn't
You
get
know.
stitches or staples?
No, it was something. I don't know if you can see that, but
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
yeah, and they got like little square. I don't know what they are. But they fall off. I've had two fall off so far.
Right. Right. They'll come off
So
on their own when they're ready, so to say.
yeah, yeah.
Good. Good, Jim. You're doing
So
great.
the only thing I have to worry about is every so often, my lower right leg where they basically did the removal of artery material. It
Right.
itches every so often, and I have to remember I can't scratch directly on the actual scabbed area. I
Incision.
have to try to go around it. But other than that, they don't hurt.
Good.
I think actually the only major pain that I have is my damn sciatica. That sciatic nerve is like, oh my god,
Someone
there's
just asked about that. Bonnie did. Or no, wait. Deidre did. I'm sorry. Are you going to be going to the doctor soon about that? Or are you holding off? Or
well, the thing is right now, because I'm still in the major healing aspect, I can't lay on my chest. I've been sleeping in a recliner that mom has at her place.
much easier,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is. Well, the doctors don't want me to lay flat just yet,
Hmm.
um, because they're afraid that if I lay flat and I go to roll on my side, because I'm normally a side sleeper, it could cause issues with the rib cage cracking open or something
Hmm.
along the spine, the breastbone.
Incision. Yeah. Yeah.
So I sleep in the recliner. I just have to worry about my making sure I take the right medications or use like icy hot and Tylenol for the sciatic pain,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping, after since I talked to him recently, I'm hoping that he prescribes a pain medication that will help a lot better than what I'm doing now. It's just I really don't want to take anything that could be considered addictive
Right.
because I don't want to be addicted to pain medication.
Oh, I don't blame you.
That's one of
I
the
don't blame
reasons. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why right now with my sciatica, especially, I try everything I can at home with over the counter stuff. You
you. Does
know,
your mom have a bathtub?
mom had to walk in with a shower stool,
Okay.
and
Oh, the only
I
reason I asked about a bathtub, sometimes soaking in hot
yeah.
water helps so much.
Actually, I found out that heat aggravates the issue.
Really, it helps me.
Yeah. It's like
Wow.
I can use some ice, and then after a while the ice becomes aggravating, and the same thing with the heat. I can use heat for a little while, but then it starts to aggravate the nerve. So it's like, okay, which is going to work and which isn't.
Right, yeah. There's
Yeah,
times I
and
sleep on a heating pad.
yeah, there was one time I did that at the old house, the house because mom likes it in the lower to mid 70s, which is fine by me.
Right. Yeah,
Because
you
we
look
were
comfortable, you don't look cold.
no, no, mom turns it down to like 73 at night, so I don't overheat or
Right.
freeze because I have this weird metabolic rate, which basically at nighttime the average human being, their temperature at night goes down, but mine goes up.
Okay.
So I used to be able to wake up thinking like I had a cold or something like that when I was a kid. Mom would take my temperature and the temperature would be high, and she goes, "You're not going to school." That lasted for a couple of years until they caught on to the wait a minute, this kid, he heats up at night. What's with this?
Right, yeah.
So,
Brenda
but
and It's a Girl wanted to tell you that there's steery strips. And Ellie's Nona says, Jim, you look so much better and speak with such clarity. My husband had a heart attack in June and didn't miss a day with his cardiac rehab.
yeah, I don't plan on missing a day. I mean, whether I have to, call our local, what we call the Happy Bus, which is basically transportation provided by the hospital, since I will be going there. I'll
Hmm.
have to figure out how to use their system so I can set up times and dates and locations so they can come and get me and then take me and then bring me back. That will relieve Carla from having to drive so much. Which I
Right,
mean, I'm so happy that she has been willing to drive us around. And when she says that she's not feeling good, I'm like, "Then don't worry about it. We'll do it a different day." Because
right, yeah,
I'm trying not to rush anything except for if I could my healing process so I can get back and do more stuff that I need to do.
hmm,
But I know I have to go through this PT for my for my lungs and my heart.
which is
You know,
very important.
yes, that's why I'm not fooling around with if the doctor says to do something, I'm gonna go do it. If he gives me a prescription to take, I'm gonna take it. I'm not playing games with my health.
Right,
You
and
know,
that's where I think a lot of frustration ran into your other half at that point because she was supposed to do a lot of things and
yeah,
didn't. So then when people got upset, she
yeah.
got angry. Um, Let's see. Brendan PA says, Jim, ask your doctor for a TENS unit. It might be helpful for your sciatica. And what it is, it's a little device.
I know exactly what it is. I have one. I just keep on forgetting to use it.
Oh, it does work. You can keep it right on your pant, like your
Yeah.
I'll keep it on sweatpants even. It hooks right up on my hip, and I'll
Mm.
keep it on and keep it on throughout the day. It really does help though.
Yeah, I know. I used to use it a lot for my back, and then things kind of went. I forget to use it, or I just it's like just mostly my own personal issues of remembering to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have one here at mom's house that I
Oh, you
took from the
do?
house.
Good.
Yeah, I
Good.
took it from the house because it was mine, and I was trying to gather up as much of my stuff as possible without overloading the car or anything like that. That, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time at the house because of
Right.
the dog and Jerry Ann and just all the chaos that was happening.
It was
But
calm though, I hope.
no,
Okay.
anytime I go over to the house, or anytime I did go over to the house, it was like either Jerry Ann demanding my attention or bawling her, bawling to get attention. Basically, she was trying to do everything she could to get attention, and I was doing my best to ignore her and focus on the reason why I was there, which was
Right.
to get as much as my clothing as possible. I didn't grab any of extra books or anything like that to read here at mom's, but that was because I wanted to get in and out as soon as I could.
Right. No, understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. And I hope that there's not a lot of hard issues once everything transpires. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want you or Sally to have a difficult time.
Well, my thing is if she does what's best for her and gets into a, low cost apartment system or a care facility before the 31st of
Hmm.
January, and she's already out of the house when we go there to make sure she's out of the house. And then my mom and I are going to basically try to inspect the house to see what needs to be done to fix it up so we can
Right.
put it on the market. I'm
Yeah.
also looking to talk with my the care person, the CCS person on Monday, and hopefully they can get me into like some kind of program or something like that, or help me out with my SSI so I can move into a place of my own. That way,
Hmm.
mom doesn't have to worry about moving out of this place. Um,
Right.
and
She's
even
happy there, Jim. How's she look?
exactly that's
Tell me
one of the
how she
reasons.
looks.
Oh yeah, she looks great. She's
Doesn't
you know
she?
yeah, she's filled out and she doesn't look like she's got sunken in
Listen,
cheekbones.
that was the best move for your mom. I
Oh yeah,
know people think, "Oh, the haters talked her into it." Mom, Sally, I call her mom sometimes.
that's
Sally
all right.
made that own decision on
Oh, I
her
know.
own. I promise
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Even though Jerry Ann wanted to blame it on anybody and everybody else, and she was trying to say that mom shouldn't leave because she's got like memory issues and whatnot. And I'm like, she doesn't have dementia. I was there with her when me and Carla took her to see the person who gave her a test for dementia, and she passed with 88%. And the
Right.
doctor was like, "You don't have dementia." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think she did, but dumbass me was listening to freaking Jerry Ann instead of, you
Well,
know,
she wanted to make it like your mom didn't have all her thought process
yeah,
because your mom was there doing a lot, even though someone didn't want to admit it, but
yeah,
she needed your mom.
yeah. Well, that's why she was trying to keep me there because she needs me to be
She
there
needs you
to,
to do the cleaning and the this, and she needed Sally to do the bills and the this.
yeah, exactly,
You know, and
exactly,
and the funny thing, Jim, I used to yell at I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest with you. When you guys used to do a live, right? And she would say Oreo needs to go outside. And she's like, "Well, you want me to do it?" And you're like, "No, I'll get it." I'm like, "Damn you, Jim. Why don't you once say yes, you do
yeah.
it?" Oh, I
I have
can't tell you how
trouble.
many times I yelled at that screen.
Yeah, I have trouble saying no to certain people. Unfortunately, she was one of them.
But no is not always a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm
Even
learning
though
that.
you feel yeah, even though you feel guilty and you feel like, "Oh, I should," sometimes that no helps a other person maybe grow a little bit.
Yeah. Well, see,
Um,
that was one of my things because it's like I know what the doctor told her, and the doctor did not tell her to go into permanent bed rest because the doctor
right,
was saying, you need to walk around a little bit. That's why she got the walker and
right.
then the up walker, and and then she ended up getting a rascal scooter secondhand,
That was
basically.
just for the cruise, Jim. She wanted that for no other reason. I'm sorry.
Yep, because when we got back from the cruise, it got parked on the in the driveway
The
and never
carport.
got used. Never got used again in the carport.
Yeah.
You know,
What a waste.
and I was thinking to myself, I could probably turn around and sell this for the same amount of money that we bought it for, which was like $25. Or take it over to Salvation
Or
Army.
donate it to even the veterans or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's in good shape. It runs good. It just, it's not used, and that's one of the reasons why it's still in good condition.
Well, let's not forget she got the dog so she would get up and move. That was her reason. Well,
Yeah.
that and you wanted one so bad.
Well, that's what she said. But the thing is, we had a talk before she got Oreo, and I
Right.
said, yeah. I told her straight up. I said, yes, I would love to have a dog, but we cannot afford the expenses for a dog.
And if
And
I
they're
had known
expensive.
that, the dog
Yeah,
would have been there.
that's the thing is
Yeah, mom didn't
if
know
mom
it.
was if mom was living there and she knew I didn't want the dog, it would not have gotten in the house. There
Right.
would be no dog in that house. But the thing, like I said, I mean, the thing is I told her upright how I felt, but she ignored half of the conversation and went out and got a dog.
Right.
And I mean, when I first saw the dog, of course, it was a puppy. It
It's
was cute.
puppy. It's cute.
Yeah,
Puppy
you
forever.
can't. It's hard to basically say no to a cute little puppy that's already
Yeah.
in your house. So it's kind of like one of those, like, okay, I guess we got a dog.
Right. Right.
And the thing is like when I was trying to train Oreo, the way I learned how to train dogs, Jerry was getting all upset because one of the things I was taught or watched my dad do is if the dog is trying to bite you, you stick your fist in their mouth, not to the point where they can't close their mouth, but enough so they understand this is not this is not right. And Jerry
Or
would
sharply just say no.
right, but Jerry
Yep.
was all like, "That's not how you train a dog." I'm like,
No, you put her in a crib and play music.
yeah, you give her treats for no reason, not even trying to use the treats to train the dog with.
Human
You're
food.
just feeding the dog. You're giving the dog scraps from the table. I was like,
You feed him with a fork.
yeah, she was literally letting Oreo take the food off the fork and then turn around and use the fork for herself. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just not right. I don't
Well,
care.
that one time when she cooked the steak sandwiches or steak subs or whatever,
Yeah,
everyone was so happy she was up at least cooking.
right.
She said she was making one for Oreo, and I'm like, "What are you doing? That's loaded with grease and cheese and uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know."
Well, I'm
And
not there anymore, so it's not that I'm not worried about the pets. It's more along the lines of if something happens to the pets, she's got to deal with it.
right,
She's got to have somebody take her to the veterinarian and get up out of the car and walk the dog into the clinic and then walk her to the back to the exam
she can't
room.
do that.
She can't do that. She won't be able to.
But she can't do that because she chose not to.
Exactly. Most
That was
of
a
what
choice.
Right. Most of what she can't do is choices. The
Right.
thing is, now that I'm not there, Tanya, her health person, is only there Monday through Friday for about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Oh,
So
not
on
long at
Saturday
all.
and yeah, so Saturday and Sunday, and basically in the evening time when nobody is there, she's got to get up and do her own thing.
Do you think she is?
I highly doubt it unless it's so bad and Tanya can't get to it. She has to do something. Because last time I
Right.
did talk to her, which was the last time I talked to her, she was basically, I'm cleaning up after myself and I'm feeding the pets and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, right. Okay, sure. Good for you. Hopefully it's building up your muscles so you
And
can,
that's something she should have always done, though.
yeah,
But she guilted you into feeling bad, and you
yeah,
did it.
yeah.
James, if I
Um,
was your mother, I would have come over and just knocked you on your shoulder and said, "What are you doing?"
well, put it this way, if my father was still alive, one, Jerry would have gotten a really good chewing out. And two, my father probably would have taken me out of the house and said, you're getting a divorce. Because my father would not have stood for this shit.
I wouldn't have did
Um,
that, but I would have been that little devil in your corner being like, "No, say no. Say no. Don't do it."
yeah,
Because like when she would have her cleaning little videos or vlogs, you would be the get up and go, the legs of this, and she sat and you would bring it to her. And she would
yeah,
get frustrated with you. And eh, as a subscriber, because I was a true subscriber. As a subscriber, I'm watching and I'm like, wait a minute, it's not you, it's him. Wait a
right.
minute. Work harder, not smarter. Oh, you're
Yeah,
just using him working smarter. I
exactly.
don't know. It
Exactly.
it was frustrating for a lot of the subscribers, and a lot of Jerry's subscribers are more for you because of what we
Yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, I know. I've had a lot of the subscribers that were basically watching both of us
Mm-hmm.
when I started doing more of my own stuff. A lot of them came over to my channel just to see what I was doing and all that stuff.
Right.
But there are a couple of them, and I don't know them by name off the top of my head, who jumped on my last live and started trying to stir shit. But I was like, nope, you're gone. See you later, because I'm not doing that shit no more.
Right.
I'm not dealing with other people's drama or their demands. Like somebody from Florida called me, called my phone number, my brand new phone number, which I don't hand out to anybody anymore. I use
Right.
it for business purposes and that's it. So how they got my new number, I don't know. But they called me up and they were like, "You need to go back to Jerry. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to man up. You need to be a proper husband." And I was like, "Look, buddy, I have health issues and I have issues that I cannot deal with when I'm at that house. Because just being at the house right now is stressful enough as is."
Right.
So I finally said, "You know what? Block this idiot. Don't deal with it." It's like
It was a man or a woman?
it sounded like well, it sounded like a man, and he said that he was at our wedding.
Mm.
So I'm like, I don't know of anybody that lives in Florida that knows Jerry Ann or me that lives in Florida
Or they
that
could
was
have
at
moved
the
too.
wedding.
Yeah, but they could have moved because that was years ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what the, you know, So it's like just the the tone of the discussion and the demanding of what I should or should not do. That right there was like, no, no, nobody. I'm sorry, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not going to let somebody demand me to do anything.
Right, right.
I should not have to be demanded of. I should be able to do what I want to do. And the only person who should ask or demand anything from me would be like family or my employer.
Mhm.
So I'm just kind of like, I'm done. I don't want to talk to you. Goodbye. You know,
Right. What about Rebecca's husband?
I don't know him. I mean, I've only heard his name once or twice, but
Mhm.
I don't think
No,
Rebecca's
because he wouldn't
husband.
have been at your wedding probably.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So the only other person I can think of that's living in Florida right now is
Jerry.
Jerry Ann's ex or Jerry Ann's best friend's ex husband.
Mhm.
But I don't think he would have called. He would have searched for my new phone number just to make those
Well,
kind of
no,
demands.
Jerry must have gave it to the person.
That's the only thing. The only thing I can
That's the
think of
only
is
way.
Jerry gave the number to whoever it was. But the thing is when they said, first off, I tried to guess who it was.
Right.
And they said, no, that's not my name. They didn't want to give their name. And the thing about being at my wedding was just like, huh? So I don't know if this person either tried to use that as a ploy, to try to make me listen or anything like that. But
Right.
far as I'm concerned right now, it's like I need to worry about myself. I need to worry about my health. I need to worry about getting better. I need to worry about finding, getting in touch with this travel agency that has the training program, and see when I can set up after basically after Monday. Um, See what how I can get about employment through them. Or the other thing is there's like two different colleges that keep on calling me because I was interested in their um, um, sorry, their hospitality programs.
Okay.
But the thing with the colleges is it's a 4 year degree. I have to do basically 4 years worth of college, and the just the cost alone, is too high for me to even think about trying to even get a grant or anything like that to do it. So I'd
Right.
rather, and the way I am for learning stuff, I'd rather get, hands on training because that helps me a lot faster than, book work and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, we all wish the best for you.
I've been noticing that, and I'm very thankful for every one of you. You know.
Alpine wants to know, has Jim heard from Nellie at all?
No, I have not heard from Nellie.
Oh wow.
Um,
I would have thought she would have maybe reached out, private messaged you or something
yeah,
just to see how you were
yeah.
doing.
Well, the only reason why I can think of that Nellie hasn't really tried to get in touch with me is the only way she could would be via Yahoo, or not Yahoo, YouTube,
Mm.
because, like I said, nobody has my phone number or address at this point in time.
Mhm.
Um, and I have been checking my old tablet because I can't basically clean up my tablet, so everything is basically new, so I can start from scratch.
Right.
But
What about, like, didn't she ever reach out to you via, like, Facebook Messenger or anything?
yeah, she
Yeah.
she did once or twice.
Yeah.
But it's
Brendan,
lo-
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Brendan PA said, out of curiosity, Jim, did the caller from Florida say anything that actually proved he or she was at your wedding?
No,
No.
no. All they said was I was at your wedding,
Mm.
and
And
I'm
do you
like
know if it
that.
was a 772 area code? I only asked that because I used to live over in Vero Beach.
I
And
don't
I
rem.
know.
I
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what the area code was. I had looked it up. I think it was like a 414 or something like that. But
Oh,
I
wow.
might
Okay.
be, I might be wrong because you know it wasn't important to memorize.
Right.
But I
Um,
mean,
I got to ask, how has your allergies been? Because you haven't seemed to have any issues lately.
I don't. At mom's place, they take care of all the groundskeeping,
Yeah.
and there's like no leaves laying around. There's no debris from grass or anything like that. So my allergies have been like nil. Um,
Isn't that
you
great?
know,
And there's no pet dander and dust
yeah,
and
exactly. I think that's one of the reasons why I feel so much better. Not only just breathing and sinuses, but the compared to the house, mom's place is immaculate. I mean, there's no
right.
major clutter. There's no like boxes of stuff laying around or in a room or anything like
Right.
that.
And
Or
why was that always a fight just to get rid of stuff you don't use? I don't.
because she lived basically all her life until I came around in the same house and they kept everything. She had stuff from kindergarten in boxes until
Wow.
the flood came along and destroyed it. But it was like, oh my God. Like, did you guys ever get rid of anything?
Right. Yeah.
Like, no, clothes were either hand me down or secondhand from a secondhand store or something like that. And I'm like, that's not the point. It's like, okay, yeah, I can understand you probably got rid of most of your childhood clothing because you don't fit in it, except for she had kept the gown that she wore during her confirmation.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She kept a bunch of artwork from grade school. She kept a whole
I
bunch of different stuff
You know
from,
what? Taking pictures of it is one thing, but to save the actual stuff is a
yeah.
little.
It's like, I think the only thing I've ever saved from basically high school and down is basically my high school yearbooks and my college, the one yearbook I got from Ozark Christian College when I did that for a year.
Mhm.
But it's like, I don't have anything except for maybe pictures and some tchotchkes and wine glasses and whatnot from Germany, but that's
Right,
about it.
traveling. Yeah.
That's about it. And most of that is because of the fact that we did travel a lot. So Either things got lost or we just didn't have the room or space for it. So I learned from a young age that if you're not using it, if it's not necessary, if it's not important, why are you keeping it? You know,
Yeah, I didn't understand the craft room because it's been, she really hasn't crafted, and
no.
I don't know why the difficult time to just, and if you're in a great relationship and you want it to work out, and Sally, your mom was very upset. Why would you not just, I don't know, go with the majority vote and not fight everything tooth and nail?
Because she had to have it her way no matter what. She had to
Mm,
have things her way. She had to be in control of everything around her. And I
right,
kept on trying to tell her control is a fantasy. There's no such thing as control because at any given time, God can decide to drop a tornado on you or a
right.
flood or so the idea of keeping hold of possessions is ridiculous because if
Hmm.
you can keep hold of memories of
You
those
can't take it with
possessions,
you when you go.
exactly. It's like
You
I'm
really
sorry,
can't.
we're not back in the BC era where the pharaohs took all their personal possessions and whatnot and got buried with them, or the Norsemen, they didn't get put all their possessions and themselves and maybe a handmaiden got put on a boat to be burnt out in the sea.
Hmm.
No, it don't go nowhere. It just either sits and get old and moldy or rusty or just
Or
decays.
or I'm holding it for my family because they said they want it, but they never get it.
Yeah,
Well, if
exactly.
they wanted something, they would get it.
She's got a box
Yeah.
basically marked for her one sister, and then another smaller box marked for her other sister that's been sitting in the house since shortly after we moved there.
Well,
So it's
and
been
okay,
basically
they
sitting in
both
that
have
house
been there.
continued.
Both her sisters have been there.
Yeah. And she forgets to give it to them or they don't take it because they don't want it.
Right. It's
And she
either
just,
one or the other, Jim.
right. So it's kind of like either put it in a box, ship it to them, and let them deal with it. I don't need it in my house because I barely got enough room for myself. You
Right.
know,
Well, that's a big house too,
yeah.
And if you're gonna just have somebody collecting items, and that's hard to clean up after, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
still, not to be mean, I don't understand the whole, not able to stand at the sink and do a few dishes, or rinse them off and put them in the dishwasher. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll ever understand that. She has, and it's terrible. She has cancer. She, but it didn't affect her legs. Like, I mean, her leg was fixed. So it was cemented. If the leg, she says, oh, well, while I was at the rehab facility, this happened. No, they would
Right.
have sent you right back to the hospital. But that
Exactly.
was her excuse to go back to that bed and take advantage of your kindness and your mother's kindness.
And what gets me is she was telling me that she wanted me to take over the budgeting system and the bills and whatnot. And I was like, sure, I have no problem doing that. I might have to sit down with you to ask you questions about certain things, but I will do my best. The thing was, because she was afraid that if Social Security saw how much money that was coming in that was not Social Security, that they would stop giving her the Social Security. But the thing was, she wasn't making enough even on the side with YouTube for Social Security to basically go deny your security because you're working. So
Hmm.
her thing was to hide whatever it is she was trying to hide from whomever, probably mostly likely more me hiding it from me than anybody else.
Right.
Because I know well enough that it does not matter how many bank accounts or whatever you have. Social Security can find out how much you're making because they'll look up your name, your address, your social, and match it to anything else that is the same.
Right.
So it baffled me to why she needed to have a Chime card or a PayPal card or the Walmart. Plus card or whatever it's called, which act like bank cards. You put money in there, and once the money is gone, you basically have to add more money.
Right.
So with that going on, I could not keep track of what was going on money wise. So I was just like, you know what? As long as we have enough money to pay this bill, and this bill on this date, and then these other bills on this date, I really don't give a dang what's going on with the money, as long as we're not blowing it. Because a even with what little money we were getting from YouTube, plus her Social Security, and then when I started working, what little I was getting from my job was still not enough to cover all the bills. And
Right.
one of the biggest bills that I worried about the most was the mortgage because of the agreement we made with mom paying it on time.
Right.
Now, because of whatever she did with money, we had the utility people come out, shut off the electricity. I had to go down to the main office in town to
Oh
say,
no.
hey, I need my electricity on because my wife has insulin. And they go, well, what can you do to pay the bill? And I said, I can probably get you $600 on Monday because I know Monday we had money coming in. And they said,
Right.
okay, we'll turn your electricity back on. But if you cannot pay us that $600 by 5 p.m. Monday, we're shutting it off.
Oh wow.
We were able to come up with that money. We had to beg, borrow, and steal from a few people. And then like weeks later, and we had just barely gotten the new fiber optic internet connection.
Hmm.
That got shut off, which means she had. I was. I don't know if I was in. Yeah, I was in the hospital at the time. I think it was, or I was not there to basically help her. She had to
Hmm.
do it all herself.
Oh
But
wow.
basically, she had no internet for at least a week.
Holy smokes.
You know,
See, that's where she kept telling your mom she could afford the house. She could do this. She could do. No, you weren't bringing in enough money. Your check
no.
didn't cover it.
And if it wasn't for me working, we barely made enough for just the utilities, or not utilities, excuse me, the mortgage.
Right. That, yeah, that was our.
So I kept on saying shortly after mom left, when I was looking at the numbers, because I had like a week or so after mom left, I sat down with Jerry Ann and I said, I want to know what our expenses are. I want to know how much money we got coming in compared to how much money is going out. So she gave me all the information. I went back into my office and crunched the numbers, and I said, we can't live here. We can't even
No.
afford the mortgage. So I went back and I started talking to Jerry. I said, Jerry, we need to find or move to a place that does not cost over, I think I said over $600 a month, if not lower,
Oh, it would have been
because,
lower. It would,
yeah,
with her income, if she would have got on Section 8 months ago, it would have been lower. It would have been like $300.
exactly. The thing is, every idea I threw out there was like denied. Or she was like, well, then you're going to have to go out and do it. And I was like, okay, sure. I got the paperwork for Section 8. I don't know what happened to it shortly. I mean, like within 3 days, it disappeared.
Mm,
And I was like, okay, somebody threw it away on accident or on purpose. And we were even looking at homes, smaller homes, like three to four, no, not even, it was like 3 bedroom, 1 to 2 bath homes that were cheaper. And we found a bunch of them in St. Louis.
mhm.
Unfortunately, a couple of them, I was like, we can't even afford that because not only are we getting a fixer upper, but who's going to do the fixing upping? Because she couldn't do it, and
Yeah,
I
but
was
if you
getting to
how
the
would you
point where I couldn't do it.
you couldn't purchase it because of the credit. So
It's
again,
not only the
mom had to
credit,
step
but
up. No.
yeah. But she was like, "Yeah, when the house sells, we can get the money from the house and purchase a home." And I
Mm,
was like, "We have to go through mom to do anything like that because it's not in our name."
right.
But I think what part of the problem is she's got it in her mind that because her last name matches mom's last name, that she has ownership over the house
Yeah, no.
or something like that because she keeps on saying my house.
Right.
And I'm like, no, no, no. We have no claim to this house. If mom decides to evict us, we have no leverage. We have no ground to stand on.
Right.
And then when mom did have a police officer serve the notification to Jerry before Christmas, Jerry texted me going, "What's this business about evicting? We're both getting evicted." And I was like,
I already left.
I didn't say anything to her because I was just kind of like, yeah, my name's on that because my name was on the contract, the agreement. But the thing is, I haven't lived in that house since the 5th of December because that's when I went up to St. Louis for my surgery. And then when I came back from surgery, I didn't go to that house. I came here to stay with mom. All I did to go to the house was go in there and grab a bunch of my clothes.
Right.
So it's like, why are you calling me because my name's on the eviction? I'm not living there, you know?
Right.
So I think what it was is she was trying to get me to help her out to basically get mom to um, take off the
Soften her up.
eviction
Yeah.
or something like that. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm done. I'm done.
Right.
You know,
May says she's a unicorn.
hey,
Sorry.
she calls herself a unicorn
She
because
does.
she was born after a miscarriage and basically feet first.
So you.
Okay.
You know, I was born feet first too, but I don't call
She was
myself a
breech.
unicorn.
She was
Yeah,
breech.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was severely breached. What I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Mom, but what I remember being told was I was actually born ass first, like I was folded in half.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
So it's like, yeah, okay, if that story is right, and I was born ass first, that's because I wanted people to kiss my ass before I even got ready to, be a person. But
And that's what you should have said sometimes to somebody.
yeah. Well, you know what I used to say to her, and she hated me for it, and it was one of the things that my dad used to say. He basically used to say, "If you want it done your way, do it
Do it
your damn
yourself.
self."
Yep.
And she hated it when I said that. She would
I wonder
hate that
why.
when I
Wonder why.
because she didn't want to do anything herself.
Right.
And her father, granted, her father made this comment about her younger brother who passed away, was that his aspiration was to shit in bed, kick it out, and have somebody else pick it up.
Ugh. Are you serious
And
though?
he used to say that about his youngest son.
But he didn't poop in the bed, really,
No,
right?
no, no.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It was just a saying,
A
basically.
saying. Okay. Good.
Yeah. But
I
I
think
was,
Jerry's thinking she did poop in bed.
yeah,
Pardon me.
exactly.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Jim. Jim.
I hate
Jim.
cleaning up after her.
She put a video out of you doing that. Of
She, what?
Emptying her
emptying
commode.
you were emptying her commode and she put a Mr. Lover Lover on, I don't know if it was Instagram or not. I think it was Instagram. How can you tell when your man loves you and she's got you walking across the room with um the
The
commode
commode bucket.
bucket singing
Yeah.
Mr. Lover Lover?
I'm glad I didn't see that because I would have told her to take that shit down immediately.
It's still up, Jim. Sorry. I don't mean to laugh,
You,
but
you
it's
know
a
what? It's amazing because she she has this weird sense or twisted sense of what's good and what's not. And putting up a video like that, I would never have done that to her. I would never have done something like that to her
well,
because
she put
it's
her
just
bare butt on the video herself. She was getting help from her
her
home
aid.
health aide. Yeah, it was a shower assistant, and Jerry proudly showed her bare butt, never edited it out, kept it in.
Jesus.
Because we're jealous of her.
Okay. I don't see why, but okay.
Because she's proud of herself. She's secure. So
I should have known something was wrong with her back in New York when she was like showing me off like a trophy or something
Trophy?
like that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I did not, I was like embarrassed. I did not like it. I was just like, look, I mean, all right, you're the last member of your family to get married. Good for you. I'm not a trophy. I'm not something that you need to put on display.
Right.
You want to talk good things about me, fine and dandy. But don't drag me around and act all happy and proud and blah blah blah. Because I mean, the whole time I was there in New York, it was like either I was being put down,
Mm.
I was treated like an idiot, like I didn't know squat. Her younger brother, even called me an idiot savant, which I was like, what?
Wow.
But it's like, and I was so proud of myself the last Thanksgiving we had together. Her older brother, who was morbidly obese, I mean, he had all kinds of issues with cellulitis and whatnot.
Wow.
And he was like 500 plus pounds.
Mm.
And he came down for Thanksgiving one day and he was like so proud of himself. He was like, yeah, I got on the scale today and it looks like I lost 50 pounds. And I turned around and said, is that the noise I heard this morning? It sounded like a digital device telling somebody to get the fuck off. And everybody looked at me like, he's got comments.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I lived with you idiots long enough to learn sarcasm. Thank you very much. Something I probably would have never learned if I did not go to New York.
Well, New
um,
Yorkers can be a little sarcastic.
oh yeah, yeah.
Not meaning.
Especially when you get on Long Island in the five boroughs.
Well, Long Island is pretty much for the ritzy.
Yeah,
I mean, I know she says she grew up poor and she has
she did.
hand-me-downs. However, the picture with the Easter when they all three have the same dress, that wasn't cheap.
No, that was a special occasion according to her.
It was Easter.
Yeah, yeah. But no,
I
I
think she tells some stories, Jim.
I, I sometimes wonder, but seeing the house and the condition of the house and a lot of other things and the stories that her father used to say of how they got the house because that house was originally a demo model, which means it had poor insulation.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you, poor insulation was the truth because
got
even
cold.
though our bedroom was next to the furnace room, which was outside, I would be like sleeping in two layers and wearing four layers during the daytime because it was so damn cold.
Wait,
You know,
Jim, we got another one. Lori wants to know, Jim, was she ever really a firefighter?
yes, yes. Um, she was a volunteer firefighter for the Island Park Fire Department.
And
Her brother, her one sister, and her mother all were volunteer firefighters at the same fire department.
but Jerry went and put out fires, Jim?
I have no idea because that was during her younger days. So all I have is their stories plus
Yeah,
pictures.
I mean, I get the mom, but I remember Jerry saying she was a volunteer for an ambulance or something like that. But
Yeah,
she's got her hopes on this big settlement, Jim. Come on.
she's got her hopes on a settlement that I don't think is going to happen because the settlement was basically for firefighters who were first responders at 9/11
9/11,
and any firefighter that was exposed to a certain chemical.
certain chemical. Yep.
Right. Okay. Well, she was
It's
not a
not
first
her.
responder
Nope.
at 9/11. As for this chemical, I couldn't tell you if she got exposed to it or not.
It's highly
So,
doubtful. Jerry's trying to scam and thinking she'll slip through the little thing because what she can get for free, she's gonna get it.
yeah. Well, let's just say that this all started back in the late spring, early summer when she got a phone call from lawyers asking her questions about her experience with the fire department in New York.
Uh-huh.
and I guess they told her what it was they were looking for, and I guess she said yes to the chemical. So I'm like, this is before my time, so I don't know,
Right,
you know.
right.
But basically, because she got cancer or something like that, they were all like, okay, well, you've got cancer, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. We're gonna go through the lawsuit, and then they gave her like after about a couple weeks to a month, so it was like right before her birthday or something like that. They called her and said, okay, you're basically going to be getting $500,000. Well,
Mm.
that was back in July. Here it is, December, almost January, and they were, every time she'd go check it out, check to see when she was going to get the check, they
Right.
always gave her like, oh yeah, it's going to be this time or this time. The last time I know that she talked to them, they said like in the new year, like January, and I'm
Right.
like, yeah, okay. If they call you that many times with that many different dates of the check, something's going on. There's some kind of BS going on,
Right.
whether
Yeah.
it's from the lawyers or if they really or they're just stringing her along because they want to find out if she is actually a true candidate for this check.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget she contacts hospice. Hospice don't contact her.
Right. Exactly.
That's not true.
Well, I think what it is because I've asked her, have you called this place? Have you called these people? These people? She would be like, oh, they've denied me. They deny me. They deny me. And I'm like, you know what? If I can find out who she's calling or the numbers, I would call them myself and say, hey, look, I'm calling for my wife as a representative. I am no longer with her. She needs to vacate the house that she's in. So she needs to find a place to move to now, you
Right.
know. But,
Crafty is saying her records have to prove that particular type of cancer.
right, exactly. And she does have the medical records to prove that it is basically stage 4 kidney cancer that spread to her bones. So I know that right there is actually true and real because I've gone to the doctor with her and seen the paperwork and all that fun jazz.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like the last time she went and got a new chemotherapy medication, this basically, according to the doctor and the bottle, the only side effect is basically drowsiness.
Hmm.
Well, because she doesn't do anything to keep up her energy or to keep herself awake, of course she's going to be lethargic and tired and slow
Right.
and weak and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, you know what? She might have problems with her heart as well because at times it looks like she's retaining water and such.
Yeah, that's also
Fluid.
a side effect of the medication. But I'm like, I just got done with my heart, surgery and whatnot, and she's a year older than me, and she's got more medical problems than I do.
Right.
She should be seeing a cardiologist to make sure everything is okay with her heart,
Right.
but she don't want to do anything. She wants to just basically sit around, take her medications, eat whatever she wants to eat, which is
She
another
doesn't
reason.
have an appetite. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
She
she
says,
munches. Well, the thing is she has an appetite. She'll sit there and munch on a snack mix that she makes all day, and then of course she's not going to be hungry because she's been eating
snacks.
junk food,
Right.
which is one of the things that I tried to get rid of when I found out that I was type 2 diabetic. I wanted to try to find a healthier diet situation, which
Yeah.
meant, yeah, it costs a little bit more for fruits and vegetables, but you need them fresh fruits and vegetables and certain kinds of meats to have a healthy diet.
Right.
Like when I was getting ready to leave the hospital after the heart surgery, I had a dietitian come in and hand me some paperwork and basically said the four things that you need to watch, which means reading the labels on the items, is your sodium, your saturated fats, your cholesterol, and not a big deal. They're like basically you can have sugary items, but in moderation.
Moderation. Yeah.
So it's like, and they said we would prefer you to eat natural sugars, nothing artificial.
Mhm.
So I learned while I was in the hospital that I can eat grapes. I can eat just about any fruit or vegetable. I
Mhm.
have to watch out what kind of breads I eat. I have to watch. They want me to cut out red meats, which is
Oh, that's my
which
favorite. Sorry.
exactly. I'm like I like my steaks. I like my
Yeah.
pork chops. I like my hamburgers, but I will try to find lower fat, leaner products. But they want me to watch that fat content, especially.
Right.
So if I
Yeah.
get like pork chops or steaks or anything like that that has the fat around the edges, I'll cut that off and then
Right.
eat the rest of it.
Steak is one of my favorite, and I must admit, sometimes I like the fat where it's like charred up and then eat it.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people don't, but I am one that does.
yeah. I have a German recipe for one of my favorite dishes. It's called Sauerbraten, and it needs a or not a pork, but a butt. What do we use?
Sauerkraut beef roast.
Beef roast. Basically, we use a beef roast for it.
Yeah.
And I've got a recipe for like a 24-hour marinade or an 8-hour marinade and then cook. It's one of my favorite dishes. I mean, sauerbraten with spätzle and red cabbage. To me,
Mm,
that's like the ultimate dinner dish.
right.
But because a lot of times those beef roasts have a lot of fat running through the whole thing, it's kind of hard to cut it out.
Definitely.
But I'm like, if I eat that once in a blue moon, it shouldn't hurt me. I hope.
Your cousin Pam is in here
Hey,
saying
Pammy.
hi, saying hope everything is going well. And then she goes, "Oh my God, Jim, his beard is off, looking good."
Yeah, I'm hoping soon I can get a hair appointment. My mom has a hairdresser or whatever.
She's sick right now.
Yeah, she's sick right now, but I'm hoping when
Oh,
I can get an appointment with her, I'm going to
Soon.
ask her to basically give me a businessman man's style haircut.
there you go.
So,
And you know what? As you get feeling better, your confidence is going to come up. You you took a beating, but you kept on ticking. Is that how it would say?
yeah,
To go
But
with
you
the
did.
kept on the kid.
You kept going, and now that you're thinking about me, and you got to think about you first.
yeah,
You really do.
yeah.
It's not being selfish. I promise you, it's
Oh,
not.
I realize that now because it's like the last 25 years, I've watched Jerry Ann worry about herself and practically nobody else.
Yeah.
And granted, the way she went about it was wrong, but I realized that, yes, I can understand taking care of oneself. But the thing was, is when I was trying to take care of myself while living with her, it was virtually impossible because it was either I had to be right there beside her all the time that I was in the house,
That I don't get, but yeah.
or yeah,
I she'd ask you what you doing.
yeah, anytime I were to get up to use the restroom or do something I felt that I needed to do, she was like, "Where are you going?"
Wow.
And yeah, there was one time I got so upset. I'm like, I'm going to go take a piss unless you want to clean it up. She kind of looked at me like, what?
Well, she probably had you clean it up
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. I would have ended up cleaning my own piss. But, it's just, it was getting annoying because, like, am I heading towards a door that leads outside? No. Then why do you need to know exactly where I'm going to be?
Well, the other thing was when she had Cece helping her out doing things, she would still call you and want you to do the things. That made no sense. That was to give you a break and
I got so mad at her one day because Cece was basically sitting around and Jerry was asking me to do certain things that Cece could have been doing.
right,
So after Cece left, because I didn't want to do this while she was there, I turned on Jerry. I said, "What the fuck are you doing with a home health aide when she ain't doing nothing and you're asking me to run around like a chicken with my head cut off?"
right.
She was like, "Because I don't want to have to train someone to do the stuff that you already know how to do.
Oh,
That's
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 so
part of their job, god dang it."
and they get paid for it.
Exactly. And
Hello?
that's the thing that bugs me. It's like if you got a home health person that's there to help you do things around your home, that's what they're for. That's what they're getting paid for, is to do things that you want me to do.
Right.
And most adults know how to do dishes. Most
Mm-hmm.
adults know how to vacuum floors. Most adults know how to change a bed. Most adults know how to run a laundry machine.
Right.
Now, I can understand that some of their rules and regulations basically state that they are there for the client, which was Jerry, not for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
So the person that's at the house aide basically can do anything and everything that pertains to Jerry. They can clean up after Jerry. They can do Jerry's laundry. They can do Jerry's dishes. They can help Jerry prep meals for the week or for
And
later
now
on
they
in
could
the day.
change her bed.
Yeah, and now they can fully change the bed without having to worry about it.
Right.
And basically, the whole house is no longer me. So the whole house is basically between the home health person and Jerry.
Yep.
And I mean, I feel more for the house, the aide than Jerry Ann, because I know Jerry Ann's going to do her best, or do whatever she can to either a run the person ragged to get everything Jerry wants done in one
In a
day.
short time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like this is one of the reasons why I truly believe that Jerry needs to be in a hospice or some sort of care facility,
Rehabilitation. Yeah.
because they are there to basically help the patients not only get better and get mobile, but to basically take care of them while they're under their care.
I can't believe a doctor hasn't suggested it being she's so non-mobile.
Well, that's what I might have to do because her primary and my primary is the same person, and I'm not going to change.
Oh,
I'm not going to change primaries just because Jerry goes to the same person.
right.
Because
Yeah.
I know once I see our primary, I can tell her I'm no longer with Jerry and she does not have any privileges to knowing what my medical conditions or records are.
Definitely. Yeah,
Which is
because you
one of,
can't see hers, I thought.
yeah. Well, that was one of the things, that was like one of the first things I did when I went to Mercy here in Rolla. Um, I said, I have a change of address, telephone number, and email address. I want to take Jerry Ann Henson off my charts and whatnot. She cannot, basically, she's no longer able to know what my charts
Make
are.
medical decisions. Yeah.
And right. And then I put my mom on to my files as basically a person to contact if something goes
Happen.
wrong or
Yeah.
whatever. So at least I have that.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, I'm going to have to Friday go in a third time to make sure they correct mistakes so I can call the helpline to get my information to get into my files on their app. So I'm like, how did I have to do this three times? But I'm doing what I have to do to get everything in my hand so I don't have to worry about jumping through hoops and trying to get a hold of Jerry Ann saying, hey, the medical people are sending a code to my old phone number because I left the old phone at the house. I didn't want
Mm,
nothing to.
right.
So I'm trying not to have to involve Jerry Ann in my business, which is
Well,
kind of funny.
how did she afford the cell phones even if I don't know.
Basically, when I was with her, she was having to pay for two phones and two iWatches.
Mm,
I did not realize that the iWatches were a separate charge. I thought
yeah.
he was only paying for our phones.
Yeah.
So basically, I have not used it, but the iWatch is sitting on a dresser here at mom's. I got to find a way to get it back to Jerry Ann with a
Mm-hmm.
note saying, "Cancel my phone, cancel my watch. You'll save money."
Right.
Um, I don't plan on getting another iWatch. I'm planning on getting just a simple watch that tracks my steps and my health,
Yeah.
tells me the time and reminds me of whatever, and
Mhm.
possibly be connected to my phone to basically tell me somebody's trying to call me.
Right.
I don't need a fancy ass iWatch. I just need a simple watch that does certain things. I don't need all the
Trust
bells
me,
and
Jerry
whistles.
didn't need one either.
She asked me a couple times when I wasn't wearing my watch because I didn't want to wear it to work because I didn't want to damage it while at work.
Yeah.
And she literally asked me, "Are you going to use your watch ever?" And I was like, "Yes, I do use it, but most of the time it's off my wrist because of my job."
Right.
And to me, at first, I didn't realize it was because she wanted an iWatch. If I knew she wanted the iWatch before she bought her own iWatch, I would have said, "Here, use this one. Do whatever you want to do. I'll just go out and get a Fitbit or something like that."
Right. Yeah.
You know, because they're damn well they're a whole lot cheaper than a freaking iWatch.
Right. And not just that. I mean, they have really cheap ones that you can get like at Walmart and such that
Yeah,
really work.
yeah. Well, we have one on order for me. Um, Mom actually thought about getting one for herself, and I said, "Well, it's your money. Do what you want. I appreciate you getting me what I need." I
Mhm.
even I had found a refurbished um, iBook, basically a Apple laptop book,
Mhm.
for like not even $200 because it was refurbished, but it had all the necessary schematics and memory and whatnot that I could use for my new job
Mhm.
because that's one of the things they require is either a computer or a laptop. They said I can do it from a tablet as long as it connects to the internet, and I'm like, no, I would have a hard time reading what I needed to do or what buttons I
Right.
had to
Yeah.
push. So the computer is basically on a back burner for let's see what happens,
Mhm.
because if I do go straight for working with this company that's going to train me and get me started up as a travel agent, then I'll worry about, the laptop or something like it. If I decide or find a course in hospitality that's shorter than 4 years,
Mhm.
preferably like 2 years, um, I might not need a laptop. I might be working in an office or maybe working from home, but not needing a laptop. So I'm just like holding off on buying anything big or expensive because one, I want to be able to do it with my own money. Mom's already spent way too much money on me as is. Um, so I would like to be able to do like either get, some kind of um like if I get my SSI or when I get my SSI, which will be a temporary thing until I can get my feet on the ground with a job. Um, I'll have back pay and I can use that back pay and whatnot to purchase the laptop. And if I move directly into a low income apartment, I can use some of that money for furnishings,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And I know from my last video that a lot of people in the comments were offering assistance of various kinds, which I really appreciate. And personally, because I don't know what I need or want at this point in time, it's more need than want because I need stuff. I don't always want stuff. I don't know what to ask them for or how to ask them or anything like that.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I appreciate your offers and whatnot, but at this point in time, I don't know what I need, you know. So
Right. And you got
it's
to
what
take it one step at a time. You know what I
exactly
mean? Your health is
that's what I'm
first.
doing.
You
That's what
really
I'm
got to
doing.
just take care of yourself and
Yeah.
get healed up and,
Well,
get that stamina built up, really.
yeah, yeah. Well, I have been writing down like to-do lists and what I need to ask certain people of or about. So I'm like I'm not just sitting around like "Bleh." I am thinking about things and I'm writing it down and it's like okay if this happens I'm going to need this and this or if this happens, I'm going to need this, this, and this.
Hmm.
So it's like if I get my apartment before something happens here with mom's situation, like I have to leave and live somewhere. Um, I know I'm gonna,
Really,
you know,
sorry. I
no, go
think
ahead.
you should get, just in case, get on that Section 8 waiting list.
Yeah.
You really should.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm thinking. I don't know if I can do it online, but I'm gonna look it up to see if I can do it
yes, Rala
online.
can. I looked it up.
Okay, you did look it up. Good.
Yep,
If you want,
and
if you
I could send the link if I could find it again.
yes,
I'll
if you
send the
can,
link.
that'd be great. Um,
Because
because
with no income right now and you being out medically, your rent would be 0.
right, I've been told that.
Yeah. And then you would
No,
get your own food stamps. She can't keep receiving your food stamps.
no, no. I have to. That's one of the things I have to do. I either have to go online and see if DSS here in Rolla can help me out with that.
Right, yeah, no, they should be able to. They can
Yeah,
separate it. They can separate
yeah,
it. Alpine said, I would absolutely buy you something on an Amazon wish list. There are people that support you, Jim. We,
yeah.
and I got frustrated with you too.
You know what? We both
I mean,
we got frustrated at each other for
yeah,
some of the dumbest shit I can think of.
right.
And the
I
thing
just wanted
is,
you to stand up and just say, "Shut up."
the thing is because Jerry was too much of an influence of whom I talked to or anything like that. She was basically the one who pretty much convinced me that I should not listen to a lot of the people that I should have been listening to.
Because they were trying to
So
give you good advice. She
yeah,
didn't want that.
exactly. You guys were trying to tell me the truth. You guys were trying to point out things that I could not see for myself because when things are too close, it's hard to focus
It is.
on what's right and what's wrong. So, it was a very frustrating situation with a lot of different things. And I don't blame anybody but myself because I should have been smart enough or brave enough to basically say, look, these people are actually telling me stuff that A, I should be noticing, and B, is the truth, even though we might not like it. You
Even
know,
Bluegrass tried to tell you at times.
yes, I know. I know.
And he's been there forever.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen him lately, but I mean,
I saw a couple comments from him not too long ago.
good. Okay.
And I don't know if it was him or his mother because his mother has been communicating with me via messenger and calls
Oh, nice.
in the past. I haven't gotten any yet because or haven't heard anything yet because like I said, I haven't put my new number out there because
Right.
I don't want a lot of people who have no interest in my well-being or whatnot crank
Or trying to
calling
scam
or
you, like, or
yeah,
take advantage of, no, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
No, I get it.
you know. And being that I've been getting better both physically and mentally,
Well,
some of my
everyone's talking about how much better you sound, how clearer your mind sounds.
yes,
You know what I mean? It's good to see it. Jim, you don't take Benadryl every day anymore, do you?
I don't take Benadryl at all
Good man.
because Benadryl was not only causing me to have brain fog, but it was making me so drowsy
All the
that
time.
I could have slept for like 15 hours and didn't I would not realize it. The only medications I'm taking that are over the counter right now is Tylenol for the sciatic pain
Right.
and
Aspirin.
Low
basically
dose
yeah,
aspirin,
as
maybe?
well aspirin, which is prescribed to me. I have a aspirin that's called a 325 aspirin,
Right. Yep.
and then the Tylenol, especially at nighttime. And then I've got like a couple supplementals that the doctors basically said that I can still take.
Right.
So, like I have a prescription type fish oil
Mhm.
because it works really good for me. Um, I have what's called ashwagandha, which is a natural supplement that helps with stress.
Mm.
Um, of course, I've got my like vitamin B, vitamin E
Yeah.
that they're letting me take. But like some of the other vitamins that I were taking, they were like, "Don't take those no more. Just
Right. Yeah, it was just
stop
too
those."
many. Them
Okay.
tumblers were full of things.
Oh yeah,
Um, Ribbon
yeah.
said, "Jim, I would be happy to buy you some healthy fruit from Amazon."
Healthy what?
Food.
Oh, actually, I have mom ordered a book for me that's basically a healthy cardiac diet
Mhm.
cookbook. So I have
Good.
one. I have that coming to me. When I can get into my house, I have my Nordic cookbook, which is all basically healthy foods.
Right.
Um,
Well, you were doing that for a while, the Nordic, and then went away with it.
yes,
Then
yes, mostly because Jerry started basically complaining about the expense of the fresh produce and
mhm.
herbs. And I was like, you know what? I would gladly pay the extra amount of money to have a healthy diet. But instead she wanted to bring in cakes and snack cakes and and chips and candy and all kinds of junk food. And I was like, I really don't want this, but it's in
It
front
was
of
like a
me.
couple teenagers grocery hauls. Like
Exactly.
all that ice cream one time, Jim. She had like 20 cartons of ice cream.
She had there, yeah, that one time she had like 3 or 4 cartons of ice cream and ice pops and ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, and honey buns and
Yeah, and then honey buns and other snack cakes. And the only thing that she was getting snack wise that was healthy were those bars that she was getting from Aldi's.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
those protein bars.
yeah, yeah,
Alpine says Jerry was jealous that Jim had so much support and that she manipulated him. Your mom, Alpine, she kept telling him we were haters. They were, and you're
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
And junk food is more money than fruits and vegetables. When you go and you add up,
yeah,
that's your cousin telling you that. But if you
yeah.
go and add up like how much those little Christmas trees are, it's like, wait a minute, you can get a pound of bananas and a bag of apples and
Exactly. That's what I was telling Jerry. I said, "Why are you buying this stuff? Should be using the money to buy health foods. Apples, oranges, bananas, pears. Carrots, a head of
what
lettuce."
killed me was she would stress on you about the Mountain Dew when she was, I don't know, I don't know.
That's one of the things that was getting me too. Like, wait a minute, you're eating all this junk food and you're bitching about my Mountain Dew intake.
Right.
Those cakes and whatnot have more sugar and artificial stuff than a bottle
And
of
the
Mountain
Mountain Dew.
Dew.
Yeah.
And that, I mean,
I mean, I'm not saying it's good for you. Don't go get one. I'm not saying
no,
that.
actually, while I was in the hospital, they introduced me to this drink. It's called Starry. It's a lemon lime drink. No, it's caffeine free,
Mhm.
so there's no caffeine, and it's low in sugar.
Oh, good.
So it's actually better for me as a soft drink than about a bottle of Mountain Dew, and I like it. I do like it a lot because it reminds me of when I was a kid. I was drinking my father's Seven Up or Sprite.
Yeah. Right.
Um, that was one of the things that my parents can never understand how if they got me stuff, I wanted to drink theirs first. Mom's Coca Cola, Dad's Seven Up.
Right. And well, you know what? And I think sometimes well, I don't know about now, but I think you had some anxiety as well living in that
Yeah.
house. And I think
Oh, yeah.
sometimes all that caffeine might have got you going a little bit where I don't know, like
Yeah.
kind of like a panic, like, you know what I mean? You didn't know which way to turn.
Yep. Yeah,
Tasha says,
I,
all I drink is coffee and Code Red. Might not be the healthiest, but my doctor knows, and I have nobody telling me I can't. Welcome to freedom, Jim.
yeah. Well, I'm taking my freedom, but I'm also taking lessons learned into the future so I can not only basically stabilize myself, but get back not only my physical, but my mental and spiritual health. Um, and then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna basically run with it.
Right.
I will listen to my doctors and whoever else I have to deal with when it comes to my health. Because, like I was telling one person, I think it was from Compass, I had basically told her that, my dad's side of the family, most of them died before they turned 50.
Mm,
And basically, it was mostly because of genetic health and not monitoring that health, but because I don't want to go that way. I would rather die with my boots on instead of laying in a hospital bed or something like that. And after telling my medical history and whatnot, the lady was like, "You're a fighter. You're not. You sound like somebody who just does not want to give up, let alone lay down."
right. Right.
Which is true. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't get upset. I'm sorry.
it's all right, but uh,
You're able
yeah,
to feel emotionally, which is good. You still have a heart. You still have feelings. You still have empathy. So,
yeah,
Jim, you're a good man. You just got to see that in yourself. Look in the mirror every day and say, I am worth it. I am good. I am strong. I could do it.
are you trying to be a motivative speaker?
Well, it's you've got
I
to
know.
be able to say
It's the truth, and it's. I've read so
positive
many.
affirmation.
Right, I've read so many health self help books, and that's like seems like every self help book has the same basic mantra of
Yeah.
telling yourself, giving yourself positive feedback or
Yep.
affirmation.
Affirmations, definitely. There was at one point I wrote in lipstick, I am so worth it all over my bathroom mirror.
uh, yeah, well, one of the things that's been helping me besides the support that I've been receiving through YouTube is I have a Bible app called My Version, and I have been reading so many different devotionals and whatnot uh, to basically get through this.
Hmm.
So, uh,
You're seeing the real you, Jim. You know you matter.
yeah,
You're seeing you, honey. You're seeing you. You matter. Your feelings matter.
yeah. Ooh, blurry.
And it's okay. It really is. Alpine says, Sally, you know we weren't haters. We just saw the manipulation Jerry was spewing. I was so happy when you escaped, and now happy Jim realized the toxic. Okay, I have a speech impediment. Toxicity. I see. So, and I get made fun of all the time, Jim, because I can't speak right either. So, F them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I would sit there and use all the excuses that they had for me when I was growing up. The military did not understand, hyperactivity or ADHD or any kind of learning disability
Dyslexia.
and dyslexia. And the thing was, is some of the teachers got mad at me because I would be sitting there and they would be writing something and I could read what they're writing from a backwards standing position. And
Mm,
they could not understand why I had problems with spelling or reading.
right.
And the thing was, in the beginning, before I learned how to deal with it, I was either adding or subtracting letters to a word, um, punctuation, things like that. And
Right.
then when my father retired from the military, they finally tested me and said, "This is his problem." He's got hyperactivity. He's got ADHD. He's got a variety of learning disabilities as well as dyslexia. By the time I got into high school, I had a high school reading teacher for the last 3 years of high school because I was in, uh, I forgot what they called it. Basically, it was for those who have,
You can say,
for basically educational disability. Um, basically, she basically said, pick a book, any book, as long as it's not a picture book or a comic book, read through it, bring the book to me with a written essay. Now, because of my writing skills, she allowed me to do verbal essays. So
Mm-hmm.
the first book I picked up from her collection of books was Jack London's Call of the Wild, which I loved. And I read through it like there's no tomorrow and gave her a verbal essay. And she was like, okay, go find another book. I could not find another book in the classroom. So I had gone to the local mall to Beat Alton Books. I didn't know what I was looking for, what kind of subject matter, or any of that. I was just looking for something that would catch my attention.
Right.
I did not realize that when I got to the book that caught my attention, it was in what they called the spiritual beading section. The author was Mary Summer Rain, and the book was called Phantoms of Foot. And I read that, did an essay. But the thing is, before I could do an essay, the teacher had to take the book home to read herself.
Oh, wow.
So by the time I was in 12th grade, I had read just about every Mary Summer Rain book that was out there, plus a couple other different books on like near death experiences or out of body experiences. My reading teacher had literally told my mom in right like halfway through 12th grade, I was reading college level and beyond materials.
Hmm.
And that's when it occurred to me that yes, I have a learning disability, but if it's a subject that I'm interested in, I can read it and study it like there is no tomorrow and understand it from cover to cover, the whole thing. And
Right.
that's probably one of the reasons why I enjoy reading history books, nature books, a variety of different subjects, but the thing is I dropped out of high school in the middle of 12th grade, went off to a GED program. I took 3 mock GED tests. And the teacher came to me after the third one and said, why are you in this classroom? Go get your damn GED. So I went off. I paid my $25 to take the GED exam and nervously waited for almost 3 weeks for the results.
Right.
I got my GED the first time around, all the subject matters that they covered in the GED, except for mathematics, were at or above average.
Nice.
So, I mean, I have to keep on reminding me of that particular instance to remember that if I put my effort into something I want to do, I will do
You
it.
could
I
do it.
will be able to do it without problems.
100%. Your cousin Pam. So, does anyone think Jerry will be out of the house by the end of January?
I hope so because I don't want to have to go through the arguments or any of the problems that could occur, let alone because I tried to send her information for different um, housing facilities and whatnot that she could easily get into and have services. And the one place I did, they actually deal with cancer patients.
Right.
I don't know if she's followed suit or called them up or done anything.
Well, they're going to make her do things, and that's one thing she doesn't want to do.
Exactly.
but
They're gonna.
I'm sorry. Having a deputy meet us there at the house 3 hours after she should be gone. We'll see what
Ah,
happens.
okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping
Hopefully,
she.
she knows it's serious. I mean, hopefully.
Well, being that we mom and I have basically cut her off. If she has not figured out that it is serious and that she needs to do what has to be done, whether she likes it or not, I'm hoping she does because I don't want to be in the vicinity if the deputy or whomever has to pull her out of that house and take her to a homeless shelter or whatever.
Right.
I would prefer if they did have to take her out, they would take her out and then take her over to one of the facilities that deal with her health issues.
Well, you would think at this point now she knows that, you said the electricity was cut off for a while, the cable was cut off for a while. She knows she can't afford it. I mean,
Well, that's the thing is she knows she can't afford it, but if she can get people to help her pay for it, then she'll try to stay.
how's she
That's
paying these people back, or is this just gifts for her?
I have no idea. The
Because
one
that's
thing
against
that
Social Security too. She shouldn't be
yeah,
doing that.
right. Well, one of the things that really bugs me is um my mom basically co-signed a loan for Jerry
Stupid.
and Jerry has not paid for it yet. It's been coming out of mom's bank account,
That's ridiculous.
which really pisses me the hell off.
Right.
So if Jerry wants to take this into court and battle it out in front of a judge, we have so much evidence against Jerry that I don't think she has a foot to stand on. But that's my personal opinion, and
Well,
I
see,
just
what
hope.
Jerry keeps probably telling people is, "Oh, I'm getting this. Oh, I'm getting that. Oh, this will work out. Oh, Jim's getting back pay." Don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, that's what she does.
Well, you can't.
I know. I know that. I know that because I've had to deal with that.
Yeah.
And one of the things I have to do once I get into my social security information is basically change of address, change of
Yeah,
phone number,
definitely.
and basically if if I start getting social security, is basically to tell them the first check do not send to the 18 Richard
Well,
Drive. Do not put it in the bank.
I was
Send
gonna
me
say
the
normally they put it in the bank
yeah. I'm gonna tell them don't put the first check in the bank. Send it directly to me so I can
or
take
change
it.
your bank or get a different bank account.
Well, that's the thing is I want to get a different bank account, but until I have some kind of money to open up the account, it's kind of I don't know if I can open up an account without.
Right. I think I'll have to look into that too, because I think there's prepaid cards you could load up with that too.
Yeah,
Um, May says she has no claim on that house. It's Sally's.
Yeah.
exactly. That's why we gave her an eviction notice because one, she cannot keep up with the bills. Two, on the agreement that we all signed, we're only allowed to have one pet in that house. There's now two animals in that house.
Right.
So basically, there's been at least two to
A
three
non-payment of
breaches.
rent.
Yeah. Well, it's a non-payment of rent. It's a second animal. So I know there's those two breaches in the contract,
Right.
or lease agreement. So mom has the right to basically evict her.
Yeah.
And then what the plan is basically once Jerry's been removed from the premises, mom and I are going to go in there, check it out, see what we can either A, get rid of if Jerry didn't destroy it or take it with her. And we're going to try to fix up the house so we can put it up on market.
Mhm.
Um, I may or we may have to stay in that house, basically move into that house until it's sold, because I don't know how soon I'll be able to get a place of my own. But mom and I did talk about temporarily staying in a rental or something like that for a short period of time until the house is sold.
Right.
And mom will use the bulk of the money to take care of her debts. And I don't know if you're going to give me any of that money to basically get a place of my own
Well,
or start out.
yeah, start out with.
Yeah. So we've got a number of different plans, what ifs, that
Right.
that kind of stuff. in the works. So we have ideas
Yeah,
of,
it's A, B, and C.
so
Remember, I always said, I kept saying, you need a plan B, you need a plan. No, I don't need nothing. The income didn't add up to what the amount of money. There
yeah.
Yeah,
was no way you could make it.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like at first we had enough money for a couple months to pay the bills and whatnot. But once that money ran out, that's when things started getting rough for paying
Right.
bills. And even before that time happened, I was telling Jerry that we should take this opportunity to try to look for a place for us to move into that we could afford. Now, Jerry wanted a house. She wanted a nice house.
Mhm.
I didn't care if it was a house, an apartment, or whatever that would take us for cheap, or for like low income.
Right.
That way, we had at least a place to live, and we had money coming in that was enough to pay for the bills. But as I said before, when I started looking into Section 8 and HUD homes, she was not cooperative. She didn't want to. Didn't want to go that route. So I said, then you need to look for houses. You need to be helping me look for what you want. Because if you're not going to follow me or help me do it in a way that, one, I know is guaranteed to be low income, and two, yeah, there might have been a minor waiting list, but I am pretty sure with her cancer and whatnot, they probably would have tried to expedite the application and process.
Correct.
They might
And
even do the same thing for me because of my heart situation, but I don't know. I just know they would have with her.
she should have a social worker, a caseworker that would help her find all these things. Like there are grants out there for her.
Yeah. She had a caseworker. I don't know what the two of them were doing because when the caseworker would come around, I would leave the room
Mm,
because it was between the caseworker and Jerry.
right.
So I don't think Jerry talked to the caseworker about housing or whatnot because I think when Jerry had the caseworker, mom was still living there and Jerry probably wasn't worried about having to move out.
Right.
But I think she needs to get a hold of whomever to get a new caseworker because of the change in situation.
Mhm.
But knowing her, she won't do it unless a medical professional or somebody who's a professional that she knows tells her to. Because I know if I got a hold of her and told her to do it, she would ignore it and try to plead with me or whatever to get me back in her control so she could hopefully not have to get evicted from the house.
Right.
But like I said, I cut off all communication with her just for sake of mind um, and less stress.
Sometimes it's the best. I mean, sometimes it's hard,
Yeah,
but
I think it's harder for her than me
mhm.
because that means she has to do the housework. She has to do the cooking, the cleaning, or whatever Tanya doesn't do for her.
Take
You
care of
know,
the dog and the cat.
yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if she gets rid of one of them because she was telling me that one day when she went to feed the cat,
Mhm.
after she got done feeding the cat, she basically threw up, which,
From feeding the cat?
yeah, because she had to bend over and squish her stomach
That's
and
her
all that.
stomach. That's not her exerting energy.
Yeah, and that's just the medication, and that's basically the medication that she was taking at one point in time had kind of messed up her stomach and caused her to have stomach issues.
Mhm.
But the thing is, I know she's smart enough to realize that she cannot just bend over. She has to find a way to basically be able to get the pet food into the dish and then pull the dish out at least once a day so she can clean the pet food dishes up.
Right.
But I like I said, I don't know what's going on in the house anymore.
It's not
Um,
healthy that you can't, you know what I mean, that she
yeah,
can't bend over and can't, and she
well, that's
shouldn't be vomiting from moving.
right, right. And the thing is I told her at one point in time, a year or more ago, that if she had anything happen to her, any new instance, any complications with diet, any complications with keeping your food down, any pains, anything that could be an issue, don't ignore it.
Right, you
You
contact
know,
them.
get on the phone, get onto your Mercy app, send them a text message. If it's during the daytime when they're at work, call them up, talk to them, see what they have to say. Don't
If
let
she
it
doesn't
just,
do it, she doesn't let
oh
them know,
no,
Jim.
no. She the only time she even does anything medically is when she has an appointment. And she'll go to that, she doesn't go to every one of them because she'll like, oh, I'm not feeling good. You've got a doctor's appointment. They expect some of their
Not to
patients
feel good.
to come in not feeling good. You can't pick and choose when you go see the doctor just because you're too tired or you're not feeling good or whatever. Because, I mean, the only one time I did not go to an appointment was because I was literally having it come out of both ends.
Right, right.
And I did not want to go to the doctor risking losing control of my bowels in my pants at the doctor's office,
No,
let
and
alone
that.
let alone the potential of actually having an illness that can spread.
Mhm. Hey, Lenny. Hey, Chandra. Chandra asks, is she still doing her Metamucil every day?
No,
That could okay,
no,
because that could cause a lot of issues as well.
yeah.
May says the aide should call social services and tell them she should not be in that house alone.
Well, that's the thing is I love this new aid that she has. The
Hmm.
problem is she is definitely on the spectrum because she has a lot of like ADD moments
Yeah.
and forgetfulness and just other issues. The only thing I can think of is if I were to call or find out who to call and call them and say, look, I've separated from my wife. She is basically alone most of the time. She has an aide in there for a couple hours, Monday through Friday. She cannot basically be by herself because of her health conditions.
I'm surprised they didn't up the home health aide's hours, being that the home health aide knows you're gone.
Well, they did because they thought that when I got done with the hospital, I would be coming home. I don't know if she lost any of the hours, but she definitely lost the weekend times because she was
Hmm.
going in there almost 7 days a week
Oh, wow.
to help out. Some of it was on her, basically volunteered to do it. Some of
Hmm.
it she was getting paid for.
Right.
But the company that basically Jerry's using for this home health aid, I don't think they understand the needs of a lot of these different patients. That they think, having a home health care person come in for 2 3 hours is enough for all the patients that they have
Right.
when there are patients like Jerry Ann that needs more time, or needs to be able to have a split shift where the person comes in around lunchtime to help with chores and then come back around 5 o'clock or so to make sure that she has food and she's eating.
Do meal prep.
Well, Jerry says they're doing meal preps, which if they're doing meal preps, then all Jerry has to do is pull something out of the freezer or the ice box and throw it in the microwave or whatever.
Right.
But the thing is, since nobody's there to monitor her, we don't know if she's eating properly. We don't know if she's eating her proper foods.
All snacks.
I don't have the information for Walmart, so I can't see what she's getting picked up or buying through Walmart and having them delivered or whatever. So I can't even monitor what she's eating. but
That's
I'm
because
paid.
everything was always in her name. She didn't include you in anything or,
The
you
only
know?
thing she put in my name was a couple credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was the Walmart one pay card, which is acts like a bank card. You got to put money into it to
Right.
use it. So that's like the only thing in my name. Unfortunately, she has access to that. So if I decide to keep that kind of card, I would have to go in and talk to the people at Walmart and basically take her off of the card so she doesn't have access to whatever money I decide to put on it.
Right. But she also opened credit cards in your name, which is illegal without your permission
Yeah.
or knowledge.
Yep. Well, as soon as I can get, as soon as I can get into our debt collector, I am going to make sure that if I decide to do payments through them, which I would like to do just to get my credit back up to normal, I'm basically going to be saying I'm paying for anything underneath James Henson. I would like to have a list of those items so I can decipher which ones are really mine and which ones aren't, and have Jerry pay for hers and all the ones that are in my name that was not approved by me.
She's going to say it was still yours because it was in your name.
Well, if she did it digitally,
There's a digital footprint.
yeah, if she did it digitally, they can trace it back to her phone or whatever device she used because she didn't use my devices.
Right. Or even if
That,
she did it, even if she did it by mail,
yeah,
um, your signature is different than hers.
yeah, and it's very hard to copy mine because my handwriting, my signature looks like a doctor's. You can barely tell what it is. It looks like scribble, but it's a name.
Right.
You know.
So, what are
But
your plans for this year? Anything new and exciting, or
well, besides either besides trying to get my stuff in order so I have at least for a short period of time SSI to help me get back on my feet financially. I'm looking into a career in as a travel agent or travel consultant, or or I should say, because I might do the travel consultant because it's during my time, it's at my leisure. I might take a course in hospitality. So, with hospitality and tourism under my belt, I can not only help people get to a vacation that they want to get to, I have the knowledge of hospitality that I can work basically any resort, hotel, cruise liner, anything like that that need people who know hospitality.
hmm
I'd like to be able to get into my own place so I'm not a financial burden on my mother. Or like one of our ideas is if we have to move into a big enough place for both of us, that I would split the bills with her. And if I get food stamps, which I hope I can, I will use my food stamps to buy not only food for myself, but whatever she can't afford on her own.
right,
I would like to be able to get I'd like to be a really good um, travel agent that I'm making bank where I could take care of mom in any way I can, even if she decides to basically stay or move back into this community, which is a very good community. I like it. I wish I could afford it, but I'm not up there enough in age or finances to consider retirement, even though I would like to be able to retire before I turn 70. Um, but I've got a variety of different ideas and plans and backup plans and backup plans for the future. I'm hoping that things start becoming, um, I don't know if I should say exciting, but happy and joyful and healthy.
right,
Because even though the doctors want me to basically rest and recuperate for at least 4 months, I get fidgety and I want to do stuff, and if I can get online courses where I can do them from home or a work from home type job, um, that's not a lot of heavy activity. I can start it just about any time if I want to. I think I'll have to talk to my doctor about that because, as I said on my vlog, my last vlog, I had gotten a message from Yellowstone National Park through Venterra, which is basically the company or the parent company that deals with all the operations in Yellowstone except for the park itself.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that was on there was an internship working basically hands on with the hospitality aspect as well as food and beverage aspect of the park. So I could have gotten an on hands training session for experience under my belt in those
Right.
fields. But that starts like May 16th, and I don't think I will be able to attend that this year. I was thinking about giving them a call about next year, but next year is a far enough away that anything and everything could happen. So
Indeed. Yeah.
I just want to right now. I just kind of want to focus on getting better, going to those PT sessions at the hospital to build up lung and body stamina.
Yeah.
Um, and if things work out the way I hope they do, I may also be working from here with the travel company. They offer basically training, access to various programs to help get clients their their vacation plans set up and destinations and tours and travel. Um, and if that works out, I could be making money really, really soon, which will help mom out with her finances,
Right.
especially the groceries, because I do consume a fair amount.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could sue more than your mom because we know Sally. We got to kind of tell her, go eat, go eat.
Yeah, I got to, every so often I'm like, what are you eating? Like she'll make me breakfast and come sit down, and I'm like, where's yours? You know?
If I eat much before about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I just sleep the rest of the day.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't eat early either. I'm not an early
yeah,
eater. It's well after 11.
Yeah.
yeah,
Lenny says, Jim, you sound great, so clear and positive.
yeah. A lot of things during my 7 day stay at the hospital changed, and decisions that were hard needed to be done. And once it all got done, even though Jerry was not happy about it, I realized that it was necessary. And then when things started to basically calm down, um, there was just like a switch that got flipped in me that made everything change.
Right.
I
You
mean,
see, something happened that sparked your mind, and it
yeah,
could be the clarity because you were out of the home and you just seen things
well,
in a different
yeah.
manner.
Well, it's not only that I was out of the home, but while I was in the hospital, I wasn't getting my regular medication. The only thing I was getting was medication for recovery from the operation. So I was getting like painkillers and blood pressure medications, and I forgot what the other one was. But I'm going to tell you my story of what happened. I woke up in the hospital after the surgery. While I was in ICU, I was groggy and sleeping and whatnot. But once they switched me to my hospital room, um, and I was not sleeping as much. I was a little bit more awake. But I remembered a vivid dream that I had where I was shown two different paths, and one path ended with a dead end. And I figured that one, which was the path I was on beforehand, led to basically a early death. While the other hand, even though the other road was not exactly a straight road, it had its bumps and hills, but it went for a very long time. And when I woke up from the dream, I realized I had to basically separate myself from the stress and the toxins that I was living with in
Right.
order to survive. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing.
You're getting upset. Sorry.
All right.
There's a song, I'm a survivor. I can't, I don't
I
know. I
used to
don't
have that on my playlist on my old phone.
sometimes listen to it because sometimes those songs,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
like, I mean, I've got one song that I like to listen to that, that girl's on fire and stuff. Certain things just like,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you just help the mood, help the spirits. And I don't know, I'll sing them in my car at the top of my lungs. God forbid anybody hears me,
Yeah.
but I will do it.
I've got several different songs that are, some people know them, some people don't. I mean, if you watched Rocky, Eye of the Tiger,
Yeah.
then there's, I don't remember them, the titles off the top of my head, but there's two songs by Third Day, which is a Christian band.
Hmm.
And then I have a couple songs that are from a gentleman by the name of Peyton Parrish. He basically does cover songs. He basically, he'll sing the song that somebody else already writ and whatnot, and he's got a really good voice. And then there's a whole bunch of different songs from basically my Nordic people. They're in English. One group is called Tear, and the other one is called Brothers of Metal. So I've got a variety of different types of songs that are actually uplifting to me.
Right.
So
There one that makes cheers me up too is Kirk Franklin's "Smile."
yeah, yeah,
It's a great song. It really is.
um,
Alpine saying, Jim, prayers for a wonderful 2026. MM Moose prayers, Jim, you've got this. So there's people here for you, buddy.
yeah. I've been noticing them and seeing them. So yeah, I appreciate this a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot of people are here. Let's see. Oh, May says, I love Hit Me With Your Best Shot and
Yes,
Fire Away.
yes,
Sorry, I
yeah.
didn't need to sing it, but
That's all right. Well,
Leaf.
if you guys have ever seen oh God, I can't remember the name of the movie now, but it's about a girls' vocal band or a cappella band.
Uh-huh.
Pitch Perfect. Thank you, Mom. Pitch Perfect. It's a really good movie. I like some of the music that's in it. I watched both of the Pitch Perfect movies, and I really like them because it not only is it good music, but it's just it. It's like I don't want to say coming of age type movie, but it's one of those movies that you see not only how a group of people can come together and create perfect harmony with music, with their voices, and just be friends and have fun. Um, but it's mostly for me. It's mostly the music um, that gets me the most when it comes to a variety of different movies and movie genres.
Right.
Sometimes I watch the movie because it's a good movie. Sometimes I just listen to the movie because the background music or the music in general. has a tone or beat that I guess harmonizes with my own energy. Um,
Yeah. We're getting snow again. I just got a thing on my phone that says weather alert, current status, active warning, first warning period, second warning period, affected area.
I gotta
I'm
love
sick of
those.
snow. I'm sick of it. I
And it's
wanted a
like
white Christmas.
and it's like tornado season out here. We or I should say, constantly watch my weather apps for any kind of news or update. And it's like, yes, we're gonna have a tornado in the Springfield area, and I'm like, well, that's far enough away from me. It's not going to affect me. But when they start talking about tornadoes that are coming, that literally are traveling up I-44, and when they start talking about like Fort Leonard Wood or anything like that, which is like an hour or so away, I'm like, okay, what direction is it going? Is it gonna, because Rolla has a weird topographical system that sometimes the tornadoes literally jump over the city of Rolla, but it will hit
That's cheer.
but it will hit St. James, which is only about 10 to 15 minutes away. Last year was the first time I've ever heard tornadoes actually striking Rolla.
It was 19. Last one was probably 1953.
Yeah. So it's like I'm in a good area that, yeah, it looks like it's coming at me, but it jumps.
Right.
But I remember when living in New York after I got married, how cold it was, how windy it got, how much snow we got. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I lived when I lived 3 years in Germany when my dad was stationed there. I
Uh-huh.
remember that when they removed the snow from the streets and the sidewalks, it piled up so high that I could not see over them. It looked like we were just walking down a corridor of snow.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I loved it then because I was a kid, but now as an adult having to shovel it or remove it, I'm like, no, no, no. Give me some gasoline to pour on the snow and a lighter, and I'll just let that take care of it for me.
It won't melt it. There's too
Yeah,
much water in it.
I know. I saw a video of a guy
Trying to
who
melt it with a lighter.
he had a flamethrower,
Yeah.
a Vietnam issue flamethrower, and he was using it to melt the snow, but it took forever,
Right. Yeah.
you know. And I told Jerry before we decided to move back here to Missouri because her father had passed away and she felt free to leave New York. I said, if we stay here any longer, we need to buy a snowblower. It was nice when the neighbor would come around with his snowblower, but I was like, we need a snowblower because I just can't handle the shovel aspect because my back was going bad. And now that my back is bad, it's like I don't even see me trying to pick up a shovel for any reason, unless somebody told me to dig in this one spot because his metal detector detected gold or something valuable.
I still shovel, Jim. I wash up,
Hey,
brush up
God
my
bless you.
car.
God bless you. I mean, last time I tried when we had a decent amount of snow on the ground, which was a couple years ago, trying to use that shovel and my back acting up was just like murder.
Yeah, it's hard
I
at times.
I ended up paying one of the neighbor kids $10 to do it for me. But I mean, I love to look at it. I will live in it, but I will not shovel it. If I had a good enough truck with a snow plow, I would plow it.
Right.
Um, and there's been times where it's like if I could live in Yellowstone National Park 24/7 all year, except for maybe go home during the holiday break, I would want. And I saw this. They have these like tank treads that replace your tires on pickup trucks, and they will go on any terrain possible. And I figured something like that on a good truck, I could go anywhere. But
Right.
unfortunately, between one thing and another, that never happened. So it is what it is, and it's not like I'm upset about it, but it's just like if I could have, I would have. I mean, the first time I was in Yellowstone, I was not married, but my health was causing problem. My breathing was causing problems because of all the sulfur and whatnot at Mammoth Hot Springs.
Uh-huh.
So I had to leave early. And the second time was after I got married back in 2010, and she wanted me to come home because it was too expensive for me to stay out there. Which I was like, wait a minute, I'm getting like $300-400 a paycheck minus room and board.
Hmm.
So she was getting direct deposited the money I was making, but she was like, still wasn't enough. And I don't think it was about the money. I think it was about her being alone
And you
because
weren't
I,
there to, yep.
right, I wasn't there to basically do whatever she wanted me to do.
Right.
So it's
Sad.
just one of those things where it's like, once I get healthy, depending on what's going on in my life, I may or may not see if if they have the internship and go do that. But if things go the way I hope they go, I won't need to go do an internship in Yellowstone. Um, so, you know, it's one of those things where it's like Yellowstone is on a back burner, but it's
Hmm.
not really being um, heated or stirred. It's just sitting there because what I've got heating and stirring that I really want to do is the travel agent and being able to be be able to be independent where I don't need anybody's money to survive on. Um, I'd like to be, I'd like to stay in Rolla so I can be close to mom and help her if she needs it, if I have extra money or whatever. I'm hoping once the house sells that she can take care of her debt and maybe I can take care of my debt so I don't have to worry about debt hanging over my head. And then seeing what we decide to do with the extra money once things are done, you know, whether we whether mom decides to put it in an Easter egg for an unknown future incident that we need the money for,
Right.
um, stuff like that. So I've got an idea or several ideas of directions I want to go in. I just have to wait for talking to the social worker and my doctors and look into finances or financing for schooling if I decide to go for schooling or just money that I can use temporarily to survive on or get myself started. You know, otherwise, my overall goal in the end is basically being able to survive or thrive or pay my way through the rest of my life without putting strain of any kind on mom. I mean, mom's been gracious. She's been bringing me food and drink, even though I'm like, I'll get it. I'll just wait a minute, but she still gets it. Um,
Oh, I'll let you from now on.
well, the only thing I need you to bring me is basically so I don't burn myself or spill anything in food. I can get up and get my own drink. Yes, exactly.
When
Tell
he
me to get up
said
and get my
once
own stuff.
Lenny said, "One step at a time. Don't overwhelm your brain. Complete
No,
a
no,
task,
no.
then move to the next."
Basically, what I've been doing is I'll have a thought or an idea, and instead of like causing me some sort of anxiety or stress about it, I write it down so I don't have to worry about letting it stew and then losing the idea.
Right.
Um, I am taking things one day at a time. Granted, there are days where I get like antsy or jittery because either A, there's nothing to do here, which is fine and dandy. I don't have my books from home or my gaming system. So I get like, I want to do something, I want to do something, I want to do something, but what can I do? Because I've got certain restrictions or my legs and breathing are not good enough to go for a long walk around mom's community.
Right.
So I just got to constantly remind myself, slow down, get up, walk around the apartment, you know, go sit in front of mom's computer contemplating what I need to do to it so it runs better, you know, but I'm not like trying to jump up and climb Mount Everest or anything like that.
Right.
Um, because I know with the breathing issues, the strength in my legs, the stamina, I can only do so much standing up or moving around. So it's like I wish sometimes I can control the thought processing in my brain so I can get it to focus on some of the stories that I have rattling around in my head and just start writing stuff. But unfortunately, because of the attention deficit disorder, every little thing right now is like got my attention or distracts me from what I was trying to do. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, Jim, just settle down, put some music in your ear, play a game that relaxes you, do something to calm down and keep from being so gung ho to do stuff when you don't really have all your ducks in a row to do that stuff.
Right.
I still have to talk to the social worker. I hope the social worker can get me in touch with a job or career specialist that can help me get on my way with a job that I want to do. Um, things like that. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, I have a friend who I talk to via text message. They're in New York, and they are what the, it, I don't know exactly what they call it, but basically what they do is they trade. Like right now, they're trading gold because gold is a high commodity, and they're getting a lot of money from these investments and whatnot.
Mm.
Unfortunately, one, I don't have the money for it, and two, I really don't have that sense of doing that kind of stuff because it's all Greek to me, and it runs and happens too fast, and it's like if it's moving too fast, it stresses me out. If it stresses me out, I start to worry about what the stress is doing to the rest of my body, and that's just downward spiral that I don't need right now.
No.
And I don't really know this person well enough to say, "Here's $100, make me rich." So I'm not ready to get into that scene or anything like that because, like I said, I don't understand it. And as far as I'm concerned, their numbers on a screen that doesn't help me out. I would rather just take my money, and if I'm going to invest it in anything, it's going to be like bearer bonds or savings accounts of one form or another. That way, my money is being controlled by the bank, and it's gaining me money while sitting in the savings account or whatever.
Right.
So it's like I would rather earn my money the hard way and try to invest it or put it into some kind of bank or whatever. So I know it's there. It's accumulating money if it's one of those kind of banks. So I don't have to worry about, how much money to spend on gold or silver or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, right now I've got all the information, all the things out of my head written down that I need to worry about or need to ask questions from certain people. I'm trying to take it one day at a time, even though, like I said, there are days where it's like I want to get up and go, and then there's other days where the sciatica is hurting like crazy, and I just want to get into a comfortable position and find a way to get rid of the pain. But I just end up sitting around because if I get up to move or walk, the pain spikes, and I feel like my leg is being ripped apart
Hmm.
or something like that. So it's just like, just if you wake up in the morning, you're hurting, get up, try to move. If that doesn't help, you know, I'll get my TENS unit now that you reminded me about that, and
Yeah, definitely.
do what I can, do my best to take care of the pain and whatnot.
Right, definitely.
So,
It does help a lot.
yeah. Sorry, I've got
Pam,
dry lip.
Pam, your cousin says, I wonder if Jerry will move back to New York.
That I cannot say will happen because the way things have been sounding the last year or so, or at least ever since she got cancer, most of her brothers and sisters have practically de-owned her. They don't talk to her. They don't call her. There is a family group messaging system, but I don't know why I got put into it, but I basically left it behind, got out of it. So I don't know what's going on that front. And most of the family that she has back in New York don't have the room for her. So there's basically no room in the inn when it comes to New York. Now, her
Right,
sister that lives in Vegas, the two of them get along to a certain point. The thing is, both of those, or both her sister in Vegas and herself, are controllers. They like to have control. Her sister is not the type of controller that basically makes people do stuff, but she won't tolerate Jerry's BS. She
right,
will make Jerry get up and move about and do something with herself. And Jerry doesn't want people demanding her to get up and move or do what's right for her. So going to Vegas would be a very difficult thing for her. So unless she can get into something low rent and that will help her with her health issues, I don't think she's moving back to New York. She's going to have to stay here.
right.
Um, and I think that kind of scares her because she doesn't know a lot of people here. Um, and if she doesn't have friends or people that she knows or can communicate with, it bothers her.
Right,
And I'm like, this had that, what she's going through now had been my life for a very long time, except for having mom's support. And she basically, which I,
oh, did you leave? Oh, I think he shut something off. I think he just hit his camera, guys. He might be back. Let's see. Funny, I was just typing in the chat. Um, Lenny says, "Oh wow, only 15 minutes till midnight here on the East Coast."
yeah,
And
I hit something. I'm sorry.
it's okay. And I was like, Lenny, I've been clock watching. My body's getting stiff, so I'm trying to make it to midnight here with you guys because that was my goal to bring in New Year's. So we're at 11:44.
Yeah, you guys are about an hour ahead of me, so
Oh, sorry, Jim.
that's all right. That's right, because the way I figure it right now is I've got there's a neighborhood basically next to where mom lives.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, either A, they're gonna be nice and polite and not shoot off any fireworks at midnight, or I'm gonna fall asleep, be half asleep, and they're gonna start shooting off fireworks, which will wake me up and I will get cranky. But
They
I'm
don't
like,
do that too much in New York. In Florida, they would go wild with the
oh yeah,
fireworks.
they do that here too. I mean, 4th of July, my neighborhood, my old neighborhood, I should say, a lot of my neighbors would go out and buy all kinds of fireworks, and then they would start setting them off. They would literally start setting them off on the 3rd, and they would continue setting them off to almost the 7th
Right.
because they had bought so much fireworks. And the fireworks stands that are usually by Walmart don't close down until 4th of July evening. So
Right.
they've got like a week plus to buy all the fireworks they want. And a lot of people go all out and buy tons of fireworks.
Yeah.
So on 4th of July, for the week of the 4th of July, it's like, okay, who's going to start setting them off and when they're going to stop? It drives me up the wall. It drives Oreo up the wall. We had to put on
Vest.
um, her vest
Yeah.
basically to keep her calm because of the fireworks going off. And either she would try to hide or put her head behind my back or, something along that line, which I thought was fun at first when it first started when she was a puppy. But as she got older, it's like, you should be used to this by now. But she would still duck and hide, or if it wasn't like the next door neighbor or the house across the street, she would go and start barking. She'd look out the window and just start barking at the people who were
Right.
out there. And it was like I was at the point where I was just like, I have to move further out in the country to get away from the noise and the
Someone
ruckus.
says they live further out in the country and they like blow half sticks of dynamite.
I there are certain people that I would say yes. A couple of them would be my own family members
Yeah.
because
Crafty. Buy
I
me
got
the
family
second
members
English
that
spark.
live out in the country, and the boys especially are a little nutty anyhow. They're a little crazy. I remember one time when my dad was alive and I was visiting these cousins who were still living with their parents at the time. And it was not even near 4th of July, and they were trying to get rid of a tree stump. So my cousin, Newton, not Lawrence, Newton, came over with a 5 stick thing of dynamite, dug a hole, stuck it underneath the tree stump, lit it on fire. We all ran for cover, and it blew this tree stump to bits. And I was
Wow.
like, "You guys are nuts." Because I would have been the guy that said, "Let's go get a backhoe or something like that and dig it out." No, they wanted to blow it up. So I was like, "Yeah, okay, this is country people for you," you know, because they literally lived out in nowhere land. Like their nearest neighbor was like 2 to 3 acres of land away or more. Yeah, or more. Because they had a good amount of acreage because they used to grow corn and various other vegetables.
Wow.
And that was actually the first time I got to experience real fresh eggs and real fresh milk. straight from the cow. No processing, just a screen to get rid of all the hay or other little bits of debris that might have gotten in the milk.
Ugh, I don't like. I'm not a milk drinker.
It was actually pretty good. I mean, I was surprised at how good it tasted. You
Yeah.
know, but
Crafty
I
said it's
also,
not fun if someone loses a hand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny because the one time I was out there, my cousin Marvin was milking the cow, and he showed me how to milk the cow. And there was a couple cats that come around. He would shoot milk into the faces of these cats, which was kind of fun. But then he said, "Why don't you give it a try?" So I said, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And he decided to stand behind the cow. Now the thing was, he also told me leave one of the teats alone because she had a calf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I must have done something wrong, or Marvin did something to aggravate the cow because the cow kicked him in the stomach.
Oh
Now,
wow.
he didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. He didn't have any damage, but it did toss him back a couple inches. And he
I
goes,
bet.
"That was my." He actually said that was my fault because I tried to grab her tail,
Mm.
and I was like, "And how long have you been doing this?"
Yeah.
But I had some farm experience with them way back in the '80s. So
Now
I
you
mean,
got that oh, that veterinarian type of thing. Couldn't you find work perhaps with that?
um, the vet tech assistance that I got is unfortunately not enough for most of the vets around here because I've tried to look for jobs with the vets around here.
You did. Okay.
But they want people who are, if they're going to be vet techs, they want them to have at least a bachelor's.
Mm.
Now, I could have worked with the vets around here as just taking care of the kennels and cleaning the kennels and feeding the various animals and that kind of stuff, or walking the dogs, right, stuff like that. But at the time, um, I was hoping for something a little bit better, and I was not sure if I could handle um, certain jobs that kennel workers have to deal with because of other health issues, mainly my back. But I was thankful that the first job I got here in Rolla, which I lost because of technicalities, I was hired on by the store manager at one of our local grocery stores to be the new deli manager. Now, the current deli manager who was there, she was getting ready to transfer to a different job with TSA. She did not train me in the things that I really needed to know, which was their the ordering system and hours. So everybody got hours, and I knew what to order. So the assistant manager had to take that over, and I literally said, "If you will teach me how to do the job of a manager, I will be able to do my job efficiently." I
Right.
was actually offered $17 an hour, which was like almost $3 to $4 more than the other deli workers because of my
Wow.
experience, because of all the deli working experience from New York I had. Because I worked at Stop and Shop, I worked at a private deli, I worked at, I don't know if they're still around in New York, but Wallbounds and Colca in a little private deli called Colquitt City. So I had plenty of experience as a deli worker and some experience as a manager when I worked at Colquitt City because the owner, he hired me, and within a week's time he asked me if I wanted to be a manager, and I said
Wow.
sure.
Yeah.
So I mean I've got plenty of experience to be a deli worker. I could be a deli manager if I got hired and trained to be a deli manager, but I don't really want to do that anymore because that's a lot of standing. And with my sciatica and back problems, that's kind of out of the question right now. I would have to be working part time. Otherwise, anything over 5 hours in a day, 7 hours. Once I get to 5 hours in a day, my sciatica is bugging me to the point where I'm literally white knuckling and gritting my teeth just to try to ignore the pain. So that's why I'm looking for the travel job that I can basically work from home. Um, so I mean, I have my reasons for that.
No, I get it. Um, your cousin Pam was asking about a firefighter. Everyone, your mom let her know that Jerry volunteered, and
Yeah.
someone wanted to know if they ever called her to, you know what I mean? Because she volunteered. I can't see her climbing a ladder and carrying a hose and all that.
Well, she said she did carry the hose, but she didn't say anything about climbing ladders because she had to go through the same training process as a firefighter, even though they are, because she was more an EMT, they tacked on the EMT training as well. So
Mm,
she could have been a volunteer firefighter, but from what I understand, it was mostly EMT or groundwork, basically,
right.
like carrying hoses and whatnot. So she said she did all that and wore all the gear and whatnot. And I have seen pictures of her in her younger days. She was not as big as she is now.
Right.
And she talked
No,
about,
she's gotten larger since she's had cancer, and
oh, yeah,
usually they lose weight. I
yeah.
mean, it's
Well, that's the thing. It was like, I don't understand how she's gaining weight when she's hardly eating. And then I got to remind myself, well, she is eating, but it's not a really good diet. It's all fatty foods and,
snacking all
junk,
day
the snack cakes and the junk food and whatnot. So it's like, okay, yeah, those kind of foods
and not moving
clean, yeah, and not moving, so she's not burning off that extra,
anything. Right.
the extra calories and the extra, junk basically, which is, I was kind of surprised when my cardiologist said that I have a blockage in the heart, and then they did the scope down my neck to look at my heart and realize I had three blockages that I would need a triple bypass. I was
Right.
surprised because, okay, yeah, I wasn't really eating healthy food, but I was moving more than Jerry was. So I was just kind of like, okay, I'm glad we caught it. Let's fix it. And that's when I realized I can't go back to her or that house or that situation, no matter how much she says that she's going to change or will change. I've been through that argument with her, I don't know how many times, and she always wound up being the same person that she said she was not going to be. And I just kind of went, I'm done. I can't argue with her. I cannot get my point across to her. I can't get her to see the importance of her changing due to my health because, yes, she knew I was going to have a 4+ month recovery time. But I knew that even if she knew that, she would forget about that because she wants me to do stuff. And I was told that I have to live basically or act like my upper body is stuck in a tube,
I think you broke that one.
which I've not always been doing. I try, but sometimes I forget because like it's a reach. I need to get that item. I don't want to ask mom to get up and get it for me. So that's my bad. But I know Jerry would have had me picking up stuff that I wasn't supposed to pick up or do certain things that I know I'm not supposed to do and try not to do. So I was like, that, and like the doctor basically said, because when I told him that if I were to go home, I'd have to deal with a 70, 70-pound dog that has no real discipline and likes to jump up on people. And the doctor was like, no, you can't go back to your home until, and I forgot, he gave us a time frame, but I forgot what it was. But I wasn't worried about that because I was like, I literally said to my social worker in the hospital, or forgot who she was, but she was the one that was trying to deal with the insurance to get me into a rehabilitation. But the insurance basically said, no, he's basically within a certain limitation where he doesn't need to go into rehab. And then it was agreed, at least I thought it was agreed, that I would come and stay with mom. But when I told Jerry over the phone, and I guess she didn't hear me or didn't listen to me, because when we got to the house to basically say, "Hey, I'm back in the area, I'm doing good. I just need to pick up stuff so I can stay with mom for the next, 4-month duration," and she got all like,
Happy New Year.
"Hey, Happy New Year to you guys on the East Coast."
Hey, yeah. Hold on, I want to see if this works. Hold on.
I don't know. Uh, Dee's trying to get something to
I
work, I guess.
can't play it all. Did you hear it?
No, I
Did
didn't hear it.
you didn't hear it? Oh no.
No.
Hold on. Let's see. Dang it. Present. 1 second. Share screen. All right, here we go. I forgot I had to share this dang screen.
Oh,
I just had to play a little bit of it.
yeah. Mom wasn't too thrilled, but
Let me play mine.
oh, she got something to play.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I have to see if I can find it. What the heck?
I know I don't have what I wanted to play on my phone because
I'm trying to get on my phone.
no, I had Celtic Thunder did a New Year's song.
So did Bonnie.
Oh, and I don't know if you guys know who Celtic Thunder is, but they are a Irish musical group made up of men who sing a variety of folk music and Irish style Christian music, while Celtic women, which are made up of women, sing a variety of different old Celtic songs and whatnot, which I've actually got to look up and try to put on my music player. Ouch. Oh, ow.
Not in alphabetical order.
Well, if you can't find it, we'll do it some other time. But
Yeah. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. I just gotta try to move because my back is on fire. So give me a
oh, I
couple minutes.
understand.
Okay.
Well,
You've got a lot of stuff in here that
I am not able to see everybody's comments unless I can figure out how to work this without. Oh, might have done something wrong. Uh, okay, I can't do it. I don't know. Uh, oh, here we go.
Well, I've already got it ding dong. You don't need to add to my plate. Hold on.
Maybe I don't know how to do this. Okay, never mind. I was trying to switch over so I can see everybody's comments. Oh, here we go. I can see the comments. I hope you guys can still see me because I would switch over to comments because I don't need to watch myself, and I do like to. Yes, no, not Celtic Thunder from Down Under. This is an actual group from Ireland called Celtic Thunder. I don't know if one of their songs is called Down Under, but I know they're not from Australia. Um, um, yeah, M Moose. The only thing I can think of is because she became stagnant and she was sitting around doing nothing and eating junk food and whatnot is the only thing I can think of that got her to her current size. Um, so it's a mystery to me how.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong thing.
Um, well, that was
Part of it.
mom's
Favorite.
favorite. Unfortunately, I don't have my favorite on here because it's Celtic Thunder, and I forgot about them, so I did not download them to my new phone. I got to remind myself to do that, as well as my Celtic women music and their songs.
I can't believe I made it to midnight. This is the first time I've made it to midnight probably all year long.
You go.
Well, mom's usually in bed by 10, so
Yeah, yeah, this is
we're,
it.
we're all doing pretty good to be awake right now.
I know, but now I get to guess what I get to do now? I'm going to bed soon now, Jim. Sally.
Hey, that's fine and dandy. I mean, I don't
Happy New
blame
Year,
you.
Brenda. Happy New Year's, everybody in the
Happy
chat.
New Year,
It's been
everybody.
real. It I really didn't think that I was even gonna have Jim on, but I figured, you know what? He was in the chat and he talked about shaving and feeling better, and I know people like to hear his updates.
Yeah,
So I
I
thought, you know what?
yeah. And the thing was, is I was planning on doing a live tomorrow. I'm still probably going to do a live
Do
tomorrow,
it. You should.
but this was fun. So I was like, hey, I'll be more than happy to answer questions and talk to people. I mean, besides that, this way of doing, communicating on a different person's live, um, enabling me to basically just talk instead of typing everything is so much easier for me between my fingers hitting the wrong
Oh, you're
buttons
welcome, Sally.
and my dyslexia. It's just like, how do I talk to these people?
Yeah, no, no, and I mean, I try to make sure people treat with respect and
Oh
everything, and
yeah.
you know,
There didn't seem to be any problems, so
no.
it was all good.
And I
Oh,
thought it would be good for the subscribers
oh
because
yeah,
some of
yeah,
them are home, you know what I mean? They're not doing
yeah,
anything, and MMO
yeah,
says, "Do a live, Jim." They want you to do that live.
yeah, yeah. I'm going to. It might not be until later on that in the afternoon, like after lunch, but
Right.
I will do one at a decent hour where hopefully everybody can join.
Right.
Um, if not, they can always watch and make
Watch.
comments.
Yep. But I do want to thank everyone for being here, especially my mods. I had Linda, Tasha, Sally, Jan, and Jim for you for
Yeah.
coming on with me.
Oh yeah, no problem. I
The
mean,
best.
the thing is, in the past, because of Jerry and her influences, trying to go on with you guys was frustrating because Jerry would be in the background going, "What are you doing? Why are you talking to those people?" And now that I'm free and my mind is more clear and I can comprehend what's going on and reply with, legitimate answers,
Right.
it's a whole lot better. It's more fun. That's the only thing I can think of as saying
It's
of it.
easier being yourself.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because I mean, for the last, I would say for the last 5 years, it was like it was not me. It was somebody else who had control and pulling the strings, and I did not have a clear thought. I didn't know who I was. I had just become a shell of a person,
Right.
and now I'm the person I'm supposed to be or meant to be, and I'm not being stuffed down in a bottle or whatever.
Right. No, new
So,
you, new year, new man, new
yep,
Jim.
yep.
So,
51 minutes.
well,
I don't think she's
guess
gonna
what,
make it.
Jim? I made it to my New Year's. It's 12:09.
Oh, come on. You can stay up for another 51 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't say I don't know if I can.
It's like mom's over here going, no, 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 I'm ready for bed.
Oh, even Sandra said, "Thank you, Daddy, but we still have about 50 minutes left in Louisiana."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Cheryl is bored. Happy New Year, Diane. Great live. Thank you. But it's been real. But you guys know me. I've always
Yeah.
said it. I'll be back. And I'm sure Jim will be back too many
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get notifications that you'll be on, so I will be on, you know,
Yeah.
when you come on or when I
All right.
can.
All right, Jim. Well, you have a good night. Thank you for coming on, Sally, and hearing you.
Yep.
All right, guys. Take care.
Good night.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets, onto my feet. Another cup of coffee and me, that's what I need. My eyes puffy, I can't see. I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Ay, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's sated. I feel hated, I feel hatred. I'm lost deep in my mind that I've created. I have dreams where my life is devastated. Feel so real that I wake up shaking. Need thicker skin cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they gotta lie. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh,